Howdy folks, how's it going? Welcome to episode 13. So, I've been really schizophrenic with setting goals so far, and I'm guessing that that's not uncommon. I hope it's fun to watch that I have to keep pivoting, but really what's really happening here is that you're hearing my my stream of consciousness on this. So of course I'm changing what I'm wanting to do all the time and do a piece of candidating stuff. So if you've been really wanting me to get to quests, I keep delaying getting to quests. I keep saying, we'll get there, but we'll leave Herblore, Runecrafting, and Harmony behind. And then we get there, I'm like, actually no, we can do Runecraft. Actually no, we can do Herblore. Very sorry. Speaking of Herblore, I think I can actually do a little bit of it based on some stuff that I farmed earlier. So I'm going to try to knock some of that out here. Just take a quick second. And then, after that, we're going to go ahead and do this annoying pure essence grind. I'd really like to do this quest that will let me buy the Mithril Square Shield. I might go back through the VOD and just try to calculate exactly what I bought from the Grand Exchange, so I can have that as a light goal over time to pay that stuff back, but we will see. So this is mix the potions, mix the guan leaves with water, and then mix with the Eyes of Newt, and we'll see how much Herblore we XP we get in the process. Herblore 8. That's cool. 2 Eyes of Newt, right? Not quite Herblore 9. Place these... Oh, I guess I can make tags in the bank separately? Is that what that is? Oh, no. That's a tag that I enter with text. Not as interesting of a thing for me, anyway. Okay. A Marantil potion. I'll look it up here in a second if I can't find it, but I thought it was having to do with the unicorn horns, which I think I had to grind up with a mortar and pestle. Grind the unicorn horn to dust. Okay, and then is it Marantil plus that? Or did I need to combine it with water also? Maybe it's Marantil water plus unicorn dust. That's it, Herblore 9. That's making... Oh, anti-poison. That's cool. I actually need that sometimes. So we need 3 Marantil. I have to go look for unicorn horns later if I wanted to keep doing this. 3 vials of water. 60% of the way to Herblore 10. That's not terrible. Not great, not terrible. Skills. Anti-poison potion. Relisim's Balm. Strength potion is Taramin and Limpworm Root, which I actually have a shitload of Limpworm Roots that we saved. I never did actually sell those. 11's also when we're able to clean Taramin. Ooh. We can get 11, 12. We can probably knock out a bunch of levels, because how many of these do we have here? I've got like 11 up to 12 Taramin and 19 Limpworm Roots. Okay, so we can get some unicorn horns, we can do that, but that's not the main priority right now. Primary main objective is farm a shitload of rune essence. And I know I said last time, like, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to shut up for it, so you don't have to watch it. And I immediately changed course after I sold the Rune Essence and realized, you know what, I kind of want to sell all of this stuff now and get out of the way. I don't think I'll be distracted this time. I think we'll just go and get this Rune Essence. I might get some mining levels along the way, so I'll pop in to tell you if I got a mining level up. But other than that, I'll keep my mouth shut. Let me put my stuff away, and then we'll warp to Varrock, and then we'll do this Rune Essence grind. I need quite a bit of it, right? I only have 4. I'll go calculate how much I need. I think it's like more than 600. I think it's more than 600 to get to level 23. Not even get to 30, but that's okay. Prefer to do it. I don't want to go cheat it, so to speak. Deposit the Wolfbane Dagger too. Cool. We're going to go to Rune Essences. I will pop in if mining gets a level up, but other than that, this should be a 64x speed. Fast forward and enjoy. Hey, I'm mining level 33. Cool. Only 5 XP per hit here, but get a lot of hits. Yeah, so there's like actions left, 392. It's like, oh, that's so many, but I need more than that to get to level 23. Rune making. Okay, in order to maintain my sanity, I think we'll do each rune step once we have the sufficient number of pure essences for it, which we should have enough for the earth step, if I'm reading the wiki correctly. But something is confusing me on the wiki. The wiki says that I can bring 30 rune essences per inventory to make earth runes? There's no way that's right? I can only carry 27. So something's wrong. I'm going to go ahead and try to find the earth altar. Let's see, I have my earth talisman, right? Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find the earth altar. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to try to figure out why this guide uses large numbers of essences that I'm bringing with me. There's got to be something I'm missing here. So I'll come back once I grok that better. Also, I think I'll keep using the talisman from Varrock. It's a pretty good central location. Northeast. Okay. There's not too many places northeast of Varrock unless it's in the wilderness. Oof. To the west? Okay, so it's on the other side of this gate. Oh, that's it right there. Wait. Okay, well that's close. Happens to be right next to Varrock. Runecrafting 10. Okay. Gotta do that 20 more times. Now, is it better for me to run... This is like the sawmill grind again. Is it better for me to run back and forth? Fewer slots? Back to the bank? Just making sure there's not a bank in this pub over here. Or is it better to teleport? I'm gonna try running. Still trying to figure out this whole 30 essence thing, so be back. So I do get achievement diary tasks for like doing unique crafts. It seems like making the earth or making the earth rune gave me a diary entry. So if I didn't skip it, I could probably go get a diary entry for making a water rune. So I don't think I'm going to make completing the achievement diary a prerequisite for beating the game, but that's probably what I'm going to do in my free time once we beat it. We'll see if I continue to record after getting the quest cape. But the achievement diary seems super fun to me, like Runecrafting 11. It looks like it basically rewards what I was talking about earlier, which is doing one of everything, right? I don't know what things you can do in this game that don't have corresponding diary entries. Runecrafting 12. At least we get like a level up per trip. Once it gets slower than that, it still seems really slow compared to any other skill, at least at the low levels. Like 1 trip per level up seems appropriate to me for like, I don't know, 15 to 20 based on other skills that we've leveled. But the fact that it's 1 trip per level up, starting at level 1, is kind of brutal. I spoke too soon. Hit a level where we started at 22% or something. Full inventory worth of runes. Not enough to level up. Yikes. Okay. I think I understand how the whole thing about bringing 30 runes. It looks like there's a mini quest you can do in order to get a pouch that lets you carry slightly more pure essence. Which we probably want to get before we go too hard on runecrafting to 30. I'm going to go ahead, since we have a good groove here, and finish getting to 14, which I think is when we finish earth runes. I might pop out and try to do this quest to get this pouch. And then the next step from there is figure out something to farm for the fire talisman, because I think we use a fire talisman from like 14 to 23. Runecraft 13. 1 more until we switch. I keep seeing these things like mud runes. What else is on the list? Yeah. Mist, dust, mud. I'm guessing that these are like combinations, like mud is water, earth, and then you can only need to have one in your inventory. Maybe that's where you start to get some value from runecrafting. It seems like just even if you bought the pure essences, just the time it takes to walk from the bank to the altar to make basic elemental runes it's probably not worth your time to do that, I guess is what I'm saying, because you can buy the runes for like 3 or 4 gold from Aubrey. The average player can make more money in the time it takes to do that trip. I feel like being self-sufficient for runes doesn't seem something that's actually possible or really encouraged. Runecraft 14. Very cool. Looks like I skipped the bark there. Let's see. I think it should be fire now, right? Yeah. Multiple runes. Oh, okay. I guess the value increases once you're able, like, if I could make 10 air runes per essence, it still probably wouldn't be worth the trip, but at least they're improving stuff a little bit here. Rune pouches. So you use the pouches, they degrade and store less essence. Speech the difference. Okay, so small pouch I should be able to do now. Go ahead and finish walking back and then figure out where I have to go to start this quest. Okay, looks like it's in the wilderness, which, yikes. You know, I'm not risking anything with the wilderness, especially not my graceful gear. So I'm just gonna unequip everything here. I guess I could bring 3 things, right? But I haven't died yet, and I don't know how dying works. So I prefer not to find out. One of my Twitch viewers was harassing me, and well, not harassing me, giving me shit in our Discord for not bringing food with me when we went into the wilderness to do the wilderness agility course. Just bringing a completely empty inventory, so I can probably get away with bringing some birthday cakes. Looks like we want to go in via Edgeville, so I'll head over that way. Recognize the danger. I think it's supposed to be somewhere over here. 4 to 7 area is what we're looking for here. You've been assigned to target. Wealth very high. Huh. No idea what that does. Reach the Mage of Zamorak. There's people out here who pretend to be NPCs. Is that what's happening there? I don't know if this guy can just spawn anywhere. Oh, don't do that. Come on. Get off my ass. Dude. Okay, well, I'm already having to deal with that. Let's see if I can see this character I'm looking for from a distance. The wiki doesn't really give more detail on where these guys spawn. Eat all my cakes already. Did empty my inventory, right? Okay, making sure I didn't forget to unequip some stuff. I switched to a world with fewer players on it. Am I like on a world right now that is more likely to have people being jerks? Mage of Zamorak. Okay, I think I found something that shows roughly where to find this guy. I think he's at the end of this river here. So I was walking the wrong way, I'm glad I checked. Here he is. Meet me in Varrock's Chaos Temple. Here is not the place to talk. No fucking kidding. Okay. That give me a quest entry. Enter the Abyss. Should meet him in the Varrock Castle Temple. You know, 97 hours in, this account hasn't died yet. Which I feel like is a way to guarantee that we're going to die soon. Guessing it's this altar down here. We okay with having churches to Zamorak just lying around? I kind of thought that he was like the evil god. Maybe we'll learn more about that when we do the quests. You again. What is it you wanted? The wilderness is hardly the appropriate place for conversation, now is it? All hail Zamorak. He's the man. If he can't do it, maybe some other guy can. Okay. I appreciate your enthusiasm for Lord Zamorak. What exactly was it you wanted? Where do you get your runes from? People around here don't exactly like your type. My type? You know, scary bearded men in dark clothing with unhealthy obsessions with destruction. The foolish Ceredominists that own this pathetic city don't appreciate loyal Zamorakians. Can't be getting your runes anywhere around here. The mysteries of manufacturing runes is a closely guarded secret of Brotherhood. Oh, you mean the whole teleporting in the rune essence mine, mining essence, and using the talismans to locate the rune temples and binding runes there? I know all about it. What? You know of the ancient temples? Been to a place where the rune essence material is freely available? How did you get to such a place? Don't give away, this is supposed to be a secret. I helped deliver some research notes, set a door at the wizard's tower. Wow, yeah, the writing in this game is so fun. Like, this is literally what happened. Abundant supply of this essence there, you say? All this stuff is fairly basic knowledge, I thought. No, not at all. We occasionally manage to plunder small samples of the essence. We've recently discovered these temples you speak of, but I've never heard of these talismans before. Heavily stockpiled resource. This changes everything. How many years there's been a struggle for power in this world? You may dispute the morality of each side as you wish. The stalemate that exists between my Lord Zamorak and that pathetic meddling fool Ceredomin has meant that our struggles have become more secretive. We exist in a cold war, each side fearful of letting the other gain too much power. Bringing our actions to the attention of other beings. You mean Guthics? I wonder what Guthics is. Okay. Now tell me that the Ceredominus wizards have the capability to mass-produce runes. I can only conclude that they have been doing so secretly for some time. Glory adventurer, you may or may not agree with my aims. You cannot allow such a one-sided shift in the balance of power. Oh, okay. Will you help me and my fellow Zamorakians access the Essence Mine? In return, I'll share our research with you. Yes. All I need from you is a spell that will teleport me to this Essence Mine. It should be sufficient for the armies of Zamorak to once again begin stockpiling magic for war. Seems like a bad idea. I actually don't know the spell. People who do know the spell teleport me there directly. They won't teach it to me to try to keep the location secret. Give you a scrying orb. I've cast a standard cipher spell on it. It'll absorb magical energies. I'll have to go teleport while holding the orb. Bring it with you, teleport to the rune essence location, or it'll absorb the mechanics of the spell and allow us to reverse engineer the magic behind it. That's cool, because like the first quest went into a lot of detail, like explaining that this is a secret and we can't just give the spell to you. 3 separate locations. More than 3 may be helpful. We need a minimum of 3 to triangulate the position. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Scrying orb. These quests are so cool in this game, right? Like, this whole thing makes perfect sense. I assume that stuff in the world is phased based on whether you've done these things. Conspicuous crate. Oh yeah, you know, I probably won't get to it right now, but I'm going to look up stash so I can reference it later. Keep seeing that all over the game world. I don't know what it's for. Can I use it in here? Let's go back to the Archmage guy in Lumbridge. And then, I don't actually know a third location. Maybe the Archmage guy will tell me. See if he tells me the other people. What can I do for you? Alright, I'll look it up. Let's see. Traveler in Aubrey and Varrock. Archmage Sedgador in the base from the Wizard's Tower. Wizard Crimperti in East Ardonia? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm still not sure. Alright, still can't teleport to Ardonia. Because I haven't done the quest there. That should probably be a pretty high quest priority once we get into quest mode to do all the quests associated with unlocking teleports, because it'll make other quests easier. So we'd have to do Ardonia, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Watchtower. I assume Trollheim is also blocked by a quest. Seems like a lot of the higher level spells are locked behind quests, actually. No, so maybe we'll do those super early, maybe even before the Herblore stuff. Changing the plan, but that's how this works. We change the plan a lot. I think this is the house we want. My name is Cromperty. I'm a wizard and an inventor. You must be Melalai. Good friend Sedgador has told me about you. So with wizard and inventor, he has aided me in my great inventions. Teleport me to the rune essence. Completed an easy task. Oh, that's cool. Contain the mystical teleport information. Okay, so it did log all of my teleports there. Ooh, so it looks like this quest might give us runecrafting experience, which I was kind of trying to avoid. But I don't think that it's enough to skip an entire stage of the leveling process. We're still going to get to see the next element, fire. And it will make getting pure essence easier if my understanding of the pouch is correct. It basically just gives me extra slots in my inventory for pure essence. See if I can catch that young impling real quick. I need the butterfly net. So I've got that quest to get beads from implings, right? Need an impling jar. Okay, so I guess you have to be able to barehand them in order to loot them immediately, otherwise you need to have a jar. Fair enough. So we're potentially about to get a bunch of XP. Hopefully it doesn't take us over 23, it shouldn't. So we have to go do... fire runes. Yo. Got it right here. Mind of the deal upheld. What do I get in return? Deal is always a deal. I offer you 3 things as a reward for your efforts. First is knowledge. I offer you my collected research on the Abyss. I also offer you 1,000 points of experience in runecrafting for your trouble. Second gift is convenience. You may take this pouch. Find it to have interesting properties. Final gift is out of movement. I will now offer you a teleport to the Abyss whenever you should require it. Huh? Abyss? What are you talking about? You told me you would help me with runecrafting. Read my research notes. Interesting. Runecraft 17. So it skipped us from 14 to 17. That's not bad. I'm not skipping too much. Small pouch. Oh, interesting. So I can only put pure essences in there, but it still takes up an inventory slot. So it effectively gives me +2 essence. Okay. Read the Abyssal Book. Compendium of Research into Chaotic Space. Strange to mention we have named Abyssal Space as something of an enigma. It's like the Abyss in Dark Souls. It's first discovered during a routine teleportation experiment that seemingly went wrong. I'm not sure as to what caused the teleportation failure. The discovery of a previously unknown dimension led to a flurry of research from the Zamorakian Magical Institutes, the CMI. Direct orders to examine this dimension. I feel I can accurately state the following conclusions. Abyssal space is not a dimension in the way that we understand the term from examples such as Inaris, or, okay, I don't know what either of those things are. It is a name we've given the dimension that exists between other, more developed dimensions. The glue that keeps each dimension together gets separated. Abyssal space's existence at the fringe of reality means that it does not conform to the same guidelines of space and time as Galenor does. You may enter it and then leave it from an identical spot, yet reappear many hundreds of miles as your target destination. Okay, so it's like the nether. Oh, that's how you teleport. Okay. This basic concept I've extrapolated that all teleport magics in fact use abyssal space to make passing at great distances occur in a very short space of time. That's cool. What's actually happening is a spellcaster is entering abyssal space and then immediately leaving again. Certain values as to speed and direction being taken care of in our spellcasting to allow some degree of precision. More worryingly, it seems apparent that the barriers between our dimensional space and abyssal space have become weakened. There have been isolated teleports or reports within the ZMI that creatures not native to our dimension have entered Galenor through abyssal space, as well as the teleport malfunction that first resulted in our discovery. I strongly recommend further research is taken if the barriers between these dimensions are sufficiently weakened. May exist the possibility of an alternative method to proceed with Operation Transient without alerting the other deities to our plans. We'd expect that abyssal space is somewhat of a tesseract or hypercube with a direct relation to our dimension. Benefits of exploiting this resource become more obvious. Certain creatures of the abyss contain unnecessary surplus organs that may be harvested to continue to provide carrying pouches for magically unstable objects. An experiment with sample XJ13, also known as a rune essence, and managed to place 6 parts in a space that would seemingly only hold 1. Oh, so it's like a bag of holding is what the pouch is? I love that it's not just a bag. The experimentation with these stolen samples showed that moving items between our dimension and abyssal space degraded the use of the pouches. But a simple transfiguration spell, when cast within the abyss upon these pouches, restored their usage back to the original results. Okay, so I guess occasionally have to bring this back to this guy to get it repaired. Should we ever locate the source of these essences that the Wizard's Tower seems to have an endless supply of, I strongly recommend harvesting the creatures for their organs to maximize the efficiency of our rune manufacturing process. So that's how I make bigger bags. I think that my runecrafting guide, though, said that I couldn't use all the bags right away. Otherwise, I would farm for those now. Our first discovery of abyssal space was somewhat of a fluke. Not easily repeatable fluke. It proved exceedingly difficult to find the correct mystical resonance for this dimension. In my original belief that abyssal space is not a fully fledged dimension of its own, I had to resort to unusual measures to gain permanent access. We took a large number of initiates and gave them each supplies to cast a portal spell. We had them repeatedly teleport to various locations, seeking to replicate the original error. That's so cool. I love this game. It just feels like a homebrew tabletop RPG setting. It's fun. Once one of our initiates had managed to fail his teleport and appear in abyssal space, he was then charged with remaining there and holding a portal spell open. Oh, okay, that's why they all had supplies. That seems like that makes sense. That's cool. The initiate is still there, and due to the intense concentration required to keep the portal open, it is my recommendation that we leave him there holding the bridge open for us. As an initiate, he is always expendable should something go wrong, and the slow patches of time within abyssal space means we don't need to worry about beating him or anything. Time of this running, the portal's still active. That's how I get there, is this poor guy. The only downside of this method of teleportation is we're using magic provided to us by Lord Zamorak himself, so anybody who uses the teleport will inevitably be marked by him or become skulled, as the common folk put it. Huh. They're using the in-game terminology? That's pretty neat. So when you get skulled in the abyss, that's the mark of Zamorak? That makes you, like, a bad guy? I guess what they're saying is going to the abyss means that you risk losing everything while you're in there. Interesting side effect of the portal is that various teleports within abyssal space are opened up by its casting. These teleports seem to lead mysterious temples dedicated to various magical elements, which I believe are directly related to the rumors we have intercepted of the rediscovery of runecrafting by the Wizard's Tower. Sadly, we must conclude from these temples that the rumors are indeed true and that the destruction of the Wizard's Tower has been in vain. as was the sacrifice of those who died to try and prevent the meddling Cerdominus from gaining access to the creation of magical runes. I've detailed my findings related to runecrafting in a separate document and passed it on to my superiors, along with my recommendations on how to best work their research. Until a final decision is taken, I suggest we take the best of a bad situation and increase our own rune production to full manufacturing capabilities. I've already ordered buyers to purchase as much sample XJ13 as can be bought, hire mercenaries to sabotage the research efforts, failing that provide us some insight into where their steady supplies of these essence are coming from. Next reporter remains over a loyal servant. Strength through chaos. Okay. Man, that's super wild. I'm into that. I like it. Okay, so now I've got this rune pouch. I think we originally said we were going to need like 500 pure essences, 598 pure essence. It should be fewer than that because I just got like 3 levels for free from doing that quest. Need to deposit this junk really quick. We gotta go get a fire talisman, so I need to figure out where I'm going for that actually. Fire wizard. Oh, I think up in there. Near your player house? Yeah, the elemental wizards. Alright, so I could use that opportunity. I think mage enemies are weak against ranged, aren't they? I could try bringing my ranged kit. Probably have access to a new weapon now that I'm level 30 ranged, but I'll look into that when we get back. Or I guess I could check the building next door, huh? Where are those steel arrows? Yeah. Bring irons as a backup in case I burn through my steel arrows. Think. Alright, you need money if you want to buy stuff. Capitalism ho. I'm just checking because I walk past this like every single day. Go ahead and mark my gear here. Talk to low trade. Is it the maple one, maybe? Let me look at the skill guide. Maple short bow. Arrows up to adamant. Okay. Sweet. So you go to this. You are now red. No longer care about you. Deposit my old bow and call it junk. This will establish a slot for my new bow. Okay. Fire Wizard, Remington. Probably need to use my house teleport. Requires earth runes. Which I now have more. Right, it's like right outside this portal. Is this Remington? Alright, the house portal for value. Northeast of Remington. Okay. Is this on the other side of Camelot? No. It's in the far southwest. Oh, it's a short walk to Port Sarim, though. I'll keep that in mind. I do have to go there sometimes for fishing gear. My house is close to Port Sarim. Trying to remember. Water Wizard, Fire Wizard. Here we go. You guys are only level 13, so I should be okay. And Fire Talisman. Looks like it's a 1 in 20 drop, so that should be very manageable. hitting almost every time, so that's cool. My arrow's back. Oh good, they won't aggro me, right? Because I'm more than double their level. Oh my god. Kitties. What are you doing? Oh, this is the error. Wow, I didn't realize that these connected. Okay, that's cool. Too bad I don't have a bank in my house, right? The necromancer guy amidst these elemental wizards keeps like accidentally summoning mushrooms. It's kind of funny. I guess since this guy has a long respawn time, I might see if the water wizard drops water runes, or the water talisman. I haven't been there yet. He totally does. Looks like he drops it more rarely than the fire wizard drops his, so I can kill those two guys. Try to get the water talisman also. Just because I eventually want to make one of each kind of rune. That would be fun. Hey, range 31. Not why we're here, but I'll take it. Of course, the Earth one dropped the Earth Talisman that I don't need. Bummer. I guess that probably would have been faster than the Alkarid cards in retrospect. Taking more damage than I was realizing. I should probably hop back over into Falador and grab some cakes here soon. We'll see. I guess the average damage I take isn't that high, so maybe I'll pop over once I get to like 10 health or so. There's the fire talisman, that's why we came here. I might kill a few more water wizards just to see if I can get that drop as well, but I don't think that affects our level trajectory, so I think we'll kill 5 more water wizards. I think that's probably fair. When this count gets to 13, then we'll bounce. Caught a baby impling. Looks like it gave us a needle. Okay. I guess implings are just like flying loot chests that require a certain level in Hunter to be able to loot. That's interesting. One more water wizard to try for the water talisman, and if it's no dice, then we'll head back and try to figure out what we're doing with this fire rune crafting. So we should have at least one full stack of pure essences before I start anything, but that shouldn't be too bad. Alright, once again, I guess let's start from Varrock and see if we can figure out where we're going here. Let's see. Southeast of the Varrock teleport. Do I already have a full stack of stuff I need is the question. Pure essence. I do! Okay. So let's deposit everything but that. Go ahead and re-equip my graceful gear. Put all this shit away. Keep my rune pouch. Southeast. So it could be in like here, maybe that exam center. Looks like there's a gate to get in right there. Oh, I got thrown off and forgot I'm actually supposed to bring runes with me. Or pure essences with me. Whoops. That's okay. At least I'll find out where it is and I can decide on like a bank teleport strategy. south and west, so it's not through this gate. It's probably in here somewhere. Okay. Hey, at least I don't have to pay the money. Oh, I should totes kill that unicorn. How quickly could I beat it to death? Just curious. 19 hit points is not great. Okay, I'll try to remember it's out here. If I want to start training attack, and I don't have a low-level Slayer task, I could kill unicorns, as it'll get me my Herblore up. Okay, I'm definitely going to do Herblore. Alright, where is this thing? Locate fire talisman, southeast. Oh, found it. Okay. So I don't actually have the pure essences on me. Ooh, this is not an easy run. I feel like the bank down here is about equidistant to the bank in Lumbridge. Yeah, okay. Yikes, that's a run. Alright, well, let's make a stack of fire runes, see how much XP we're getting per run, and then I'll teleport back to Varrock and we'll mine rune essence for pure essence for a long time. Make another baby impling. Maybe it'll give us something cool. A knife. I got some under XP. Okay, so let me figure out how this rune pouch thing works. Okay, it automatically tries to fill it, and then it tells me how many are in there, although I assume that that's gotta be a, OS buddy thing, right? Whoa! Fire altar's pretty cool. Not enough to level up, but now I can unfill my pouch and make a few more. Okay, speed things up a little bit. So I don't think I need 500 pure essences because I got 3 levels from doing the pouch mini quest. But I do need a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and teleport, pop by the bank, and we're going to start a long mining run, which hopefully will get sufficiently fast-forwarded that it won't be miserable. See ya. Stopping point for farming here is going to be getting the mining level. Hitting mining 34. Also, I'm trying to read a little bit about talismans and pouches. Just trying to grok what's going on here, because it says that I can get another pouch at 25, which we'll definitely want before we hit 30. It looks like I have to go to the Abyss and fight some stuff to get that. And the stuff I fight also has a chance of dropping some of the talismans that I want anyway, so it might be worth doing that. So they can also drop noted pure essence, which might be less miserable than mining for it. But we'll go ahead and mine to get to 23 at least, and then figure out what the next step is. I also see a thing here that's talking about tiaras. I guess crafters can make a tiara with silver bars in a tiara mold. Figure out where that is. And then you can combine a tiara with a talisman, which gives you a head item that doesn't take up inventory space, obviously, if you have it equipped, and which acts as a talisman. So I guess my fear there is, when is the tiara better than the graceful outfit in terms of overall time savings? Is it worth 1 extra pure essence slot per trip? you know, to have significantly reduced run energy regen. I guess it probably depends on the altar. But I might want to take a break and make a bunch of tiaras real quick. It looks like that's not too much of a hassle to do. Mining 34. Now we can be done with Renaissance for a minute. See how much XP we can get out of it with fire runes. Oh, God damn it, I forgot the fire talisman. Ugh. So punishing if you forget stuff in this game. Runecrafting 18. This skill is brutal. Brutal. I think honestly the most brutal thing about runecrafting to me seems to be how much walking is involved. It's not so much just like the basic loop of go to a specific elemental altar with a talisman and you make your runes there. It's that you have to walk there and back, and then you have to walk to the rune essence thing and back. And I guess you do that a little bit in mining, but I don't know. It feels particularly brutal in this case. I guess if you got runecrafting XP for gathering pure essence, that would make it feel a lot less bad, I think. Even if it was like the homeopathic amount of XP that you get from mining. If it was like 5 XP a pop, right? You need 400 to level up at level 18. I think it would make the early levels less miserable, while not having that big of an effect on the later levels. Level 19 runecrafting, you know, it is getting slow now. With that long of a run, even with the graceful set and all my stamina, I'm still burning my run energy in about a trip and a half, so it's okay. I said I was going to try to do 30 of everything so that we didn't miss out on the early leveling experience when we're getting all these dopamine hits from leveling up, right? About that. I'm trying to read ahead about what I'm supposed to do after 23, and I'm confused. It seems like you make these combination runes, like the mud runes and the lava runes and that sort of a thing. Cool idea. Seems like it gives okay XP. Involves bringing multiple talismans. But the thing that's blowing my mind that I can't believe is real is that, so say you wanted to make a stack of lava runes, which are fire earth runes. It sounds like you go to the fire altar and you bring an earth talisman with you. Okay, fine, that makes sense. But it consumes the earth talisman? How do Iron Men do this skill realistically? Like, if you can't go on the market board and buy an enormous stack of talismans, you're gonna go farm those wizards for a 1 in 20 drop to make one trip. I guess there's some spells you can get that are very high level that involve doing a bunch of quests that can keep you from having to use talismans, which maybe that's the answer. The only way to level it is to do that, but that seems so complicated. Like, you basically need to have 80 plus magic to actually be able to reasonably level runecrafting. That seems absurd to me. Runecraft 20. This is slow. Super duper slow. Actually, it looks like I get body runes at 20, which I think I do have access to, so I might switch to that here once I get back to town. Yeah, I think I found a body talisman. I don't remember where I got it from, but I'm pretty sure I had one drop a while ago. Alright, where is the body talisman taking us? Locate. Northwest, okay. Off we go. Might be lucky, this one looks like it's kind of near to Varrock. I need to stop at a bank though and grab 3 more essence. Let's see if I can hit it up. Oh, southwest, okay. I'm starting to worry, is it like getting... I hope there aren't any altars in the abyss, right? Okay, so it looks like it's across the river. There it is, body altar. Oh, this place is cool looking. Okay. Let's see if we can find a bank near here. I think this is kind of close to the Edgeville Bank. Close-ish. It actually seems like the distance from altar to bank is not quite fixed. Oh, but I have to cross the river, don't I? Well, maybe not. Maybe it's all on the same side of the river. The thing that kind of makes me sad about runecrafting being not a great skill is I feel like the player base that has already grinded out this skill is going to stop them from ever making it less miserable. So they're going to be like, but I already did the work. You know, going to invalidate my grind by making it easier for other players. Basically, it's like hazing culture, right? Like, I respect that old school RuneScape is doing everything in its power to keep the experience pure and be conservative with updates, but if there are mild things that are quality of life, or if there are parts of the game that are actually bad, like runecrafting kind of seems to be, I feel like the hazing culture is going to keep them from ever fixing it. And that's an issue it's not just a gaming issue or a RuneScape issue. Like, you run into hazing culture all throughout society. I had to do it the hard way. Now I got mine. Fuck you, I got mine. Right? It's a bummer. So I think we're going to make this last trip for body runes, and then I have to go farm some more pure essence. I don't think we want to go around this gate to figure out what the optimal pathing is to get back to the altar. This is a little bit better, though, I think, than... Yeah, this is quite a bit better than the Al-Kharid one, as far as how far we have to walk. Let me see if I can figure out... Well, it looks like I can just look at the skill guide. I've been using the wiki to help me figure out where I should go next, but here it's like, you should go to make combination runes, and it's like, are you kidding? Like, I need to consume a talisman every time I do that? No way. I just don't have the time for that. So I might just do whatever the highest rune that we have available to us is. Runecrafting 21, 9 to go. Golly gosh. Oh my god, I'm trying to do the math on like how many body runes I need to make in order to get to 30 runecrafting. And it's like 1100 from where I am right now, not including the ones we've already made. Could just buy the pure essences. No, we've decided that that's not kosher. Oh, it's gonna take so long. This is such a strange gameplay loop for this crafting ability. I feel like the biggest issue has less to do with the gameplay loop and just the piddling amount of experience you get. I feel like getting Rune Essence must have given runecrafting XP at some point in the development of the skill. They decided that was too fast. Well, 30 has been a fairly arbitrary skill threshold so far. I mostly just chose it because that's the point where skills start to become harder to level up. And it seems like completing quests at level 1 that award experience for some skills is most likely to skip the early levels, right? But once you're at like level 30 or so, getting quest XP Might get you a level or two, but it's not gonna. You're not gonna jump giant tiers and skip 10 levels at a time anymore. So, given how brutal runecrafting is, I might bail out of runecrafting at 25. Let me figure out the math on that. How many essences do I need to go from where I am down to 25? Okay, getting to 25 requires 374 pure essence, that is significantly more feasible to me than 1,000. So we're gonna call 25 pretty good. We're gonna say, hey, we got to experience the air altar and the earth altar and the fire altar, and we did a fun thing. We had to take a break to go farm that talisman. Then we'll let after that, we will let quests boost us as far as we can possibly take it with runecrafting. I think that the XP rate for this skill is pretty flat. Like, for example, there's these breakpoints in agility where once you get access to a new course, even though it requires more XP to level up, the level up is technically faster as soon as you unlock the new course than it was the previous level. So, like, going from 59 agility to 60 agility. It took longer to go from 59 to 60 than 60 to 61 because the increase in XP gain from the Sears Village agility course was higher than the, exponential curve of required XP to level up. I think it's completely even for runecrafting, or it just constantly gets worse. Like, being able to get more XP per pure essence as you unlock a new rune doesn't make the levels faster ever. It is always slower every single level. So to that end, I don't think that completing the quest super early is that helpful. It's not like saying, oh, I'm going to skip the Falador agility quest or agility course by getting a ton of agility XP from questing. I guess I could probably figure out how much runecrafting XP is in the game from quests so I can know how much more of this I have to do. I think we only need to get runecrafting to 50. That's like the highest skill requirement for a quest. So let me crunch some numbers here while we mine pure essence. Let's see if I can figure out how much XP we'd have to get through brute forcing it like we're doing right now, and how much we would be able to get through questing. Be back. Okay, so completing every quest that is scripted to give runecraft experience, plus being level 25, would get us to level 38 runecrafting. Now I'm going to add on the XP that we would get from always picking runecrafting as the experience reward if we do stuff that has an optional reward. Okay, so I think if I do every quest that gives runecrafting XP, excluding the ones that can only give runecrafting XP above level 50, because we don't want to take it above 50, right? And I start as level 25, which I think is an important thing to mention. Then I end up with 88,142 XP, which is level something. Hold on. 48. Most of the way to 49. And then I think we don't actually need that much XP from there. We need an additional 13,000 XP. So the extra 13,000 XP would be the equivalent of getting to 35 before starting questing, which that sounds awful. So we'll do 25, we'll do all the quests, we'll try to prioritize quests that give runecraft XP and try to do them in order to make sure that it's always able to get it from the optional quests that require a minimum level in runecrafting. And then I'm hoping that if we're at, like, what did I say, 48 runecrafting at the end of all of that should let me get a little bit more XP per hour, maybe use a better pouch or something like that. Nature runes is what you make at 48, which we want lots of, right? Because you use nature runes to... I forgot to use my pouch, son of a bitch. You use nature runes to make to do grind, or I can use my words here. Sorry, my cat is meowing like crazy. Marty, you gotta chill. Like, help folks. Well, I guess they could probably see the timestamp and know what time it is, but you get fed at 6 or 7 in the morning. You've got a long time to wait. We need nature runes for high alchemy, but it looks like you only get 9 XP for nature rune, so it's really not that big of an improvement. Those last couple levels from 48 are going to be a bitch and a half. Looks like we need 122 more actions to go ahead and cap off 35 mining, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Bank whatever extra pure essence we have. I guess once we hit 25, I will look into checking out the Abyss to see if I'm able to safely farm stuff in there. Maybe try to get one of these medium pouches, since I think I can use one starting at 25. But I don't want to spend a ton of time in there because I want to see if we can check out farming to 30 or a reasonable level. And maybe Herblore. There's a couple breakpoints we can hit with Herblore that will suddenly let us get a potential shitload of XP. So, strange plant just spawned next to me. It says the fruit wasn't ready to be picked yet. Pick the fruit from the plant. Strange fruit. Kind of want to know what that is before I click it. Are you paying attention? Can be picked from the strange plant random events. To cure poison and restore 30% run energy. Oh. That's kind of cool. Not that big of a deal, I guess. Glad I didn't just eat it. Okay, I only have 3 actions left to level up, so I'm just going to drop some essences and get the level up real quick. 35 mining. Now mine's sandstone. Oh, okay. Right on. Now begins the long, slow grind of making enough body runes to get to 25 runecrafting, and then I think I'm going to check out the Abyss to see if it's somewhere that I can farm. I have to be really careful what I bring down there. Don't want to bring my graceful set. Probably just stuff that I know I can replace. Draw body talisman. I guess I have an extra body talisman, so I could make a tiara, right? I guess now's the time to do it since I have to make such long trips. But, where's the tiara mold? Thought I bought all the molds, but it doesn't look like it. Tiara mold. Dominic's crafting store in Alcarid. I guess I just never grabbed it. Okay, well, I'll do that really quick. Positive pure essence. Let's take some money out. Positive pure essence. And a silver bar, right? And an extra body talisman, which I do have. Although, you know, actually, never mind. I'm not even going to bother with this. The problem is that then I don't have the graceful set bonus, and I think the run energy regen is probably going to get me more trips overall versus having 1 extra essence per trip. I think the graceful outfit's probably better than having the tiara equipped. Okay. Let's go. Maybe if we do... So we're talking about getting to 50 runecrafting, and the fact that I only get to 48 from 25 by doing all quests in the game and throwing all optional XP rewards onto runecrafting. Maybe by the time if we do runecrafting like last, by the time we get there, we'll have that spell that makes it faster, where you don't need talismans to make combination runes anymore. I think we need to get magic to a fairly high level. And we'll probably incidentally get magic to a fairly high level just from doing other tasks like Slayer. 80 seems really high though, so I don't know if we're actually going to hit 80. Of all the skills in the game, magic seems like one of the most interesting to take really, really high, like beyond the soft cap. Since you often get new content for having it be higher. I'll think about it. Hey, runecrafting 22. 3. Just noticed the timer. We're about to hit 100 hours in RuneScape. And hour 100 is going to be doing Runecrafting, because of course it will be. Not that that's significant, right? Base 10, blah blah blah. The significant thing is if you can deduce from context on what date I am playing this game, and then you go back and you see when the initial 8-hour stream happened, you can figure out how many hours per day I've been playing RuneScape, and that would be shameful. So you might be able to figure it out. Fun math challenge. Hey, Runecrafting 23, just 2 more, and then we can bail on this for a while. I think we actually can do Herblore next, and try to get it to 30-ish, maybe a little bit higher. I have to get some unicorn horns, but I do have a decent amount of Merrill herbs stored. But we have a ton of limpwort, so we can get a decent number of levels as soon as we unlock Terramins. And then this is something I actually remember from the Swampletics videos. I guess you can use Terramins to make a serum that you can use on people somewhere in Mauritania, and they have a chance to give you Terramins back. So that would be great, since I'm not interested in buying Terramins. You can see how far that can take us, and then, you know, once we're as far as our current inventory size allows for, do something else. Like, finally look at farming. I feel like I've been putting it off. Ever since we looked at that interface thing that showed you all the different plots that you can have stuff in for farming, I was like, oh my god, are you serious? Yeah, this one. I did brief Googling on farming. It was like, yeah, so the way this works is you place stuff in a field. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I can do that. But it can get diseased while you're away. What? So you have to have some attention on it. I thought it was like mostly a Farmville style, you know, progress your farming XP when you're offline sort of a thing. But it seems like it's a little bit more complicated than that, and that I think completing some quests gets you some tools that makes it less miserable, maybe? You know, while I'm doing this Runecraft grind, I should actually start researching what I need to do to start farming. I got too intimidated by it when I looked at it 20 hours ago, or whenever we first considered it. But, you know, maybe it'll end up being like construction, where when I first read about construction, I was like, oh god, that's way too complicated, and then I did it and it wasn't a big deal. So maybe it'll be the same thing. Might just be a thing that I have to do to grok. God, we apparently need to get farming to 70. And the first line here is highly recommended to bypass the early farming levels by questing. If you do this set of quests, that will bring the player to level 35, as well as getting a thing that's recommended for farming herbs and allotments. Well, I guess getting farming up would help with Herblore, huh? I thought Herblore was pretty much you're just getting it from drops, but maybe there's other ways to get seeds too. Questing is not an option. You can farm through lower levels, but they are extremely slow and tedious with low returns. I mean, at the end of the day, that's not that different from Runecrafting, but it seems like it's particularly bad in the case of farming, that farming actually becomes a slightly more enjoyable skill at higher levels, whereas Runecrafting is miserable the whole way. So I might take them up on the skip 35 levels of farming offer and do those quests. We can do those first. If I have access to them already, we'll see. Runecraft 24, one more, and then we'll do some Herblore, and then I think we're out of excuses to not do quests. We'll start with quests that boost farming, Runecrafting, and Herblore. Runecrafting 25. I have to go back to this video, I don't remember, but I think I've spent 4 hours? Yeah. 3.5 hours going from Runecraft 7. That's nuts to me. How quickly did we get fire making up? It was like minutes. It wasn't even an hour to get to 30. Alright. We'll call that enough. I I think I have learned in this blind playthrough. I had heard the memes about Runecraft bad, but I was like, it can't be that bad. It's probably just that you have to run back and forth, but that's going to be totally fine because we have the Graceful outfit, right? Graceful outfit doesn't make that big of a difference. It's such a long run, you burn so much time anyway. Alright, so I'm going to split there, take a short break, grab some breakfast, and then I'm going to try to figure out what we're doing next. I don't think it's going to be farming. I think it's going to be checking out the Abyss to see if I can get a medium pouch, just to kind of have one on me for the future. If it's something that I'm able to farm at my current combat level. And then we'll do Herblore. I'll try to get Herblore up to where I can use Terramins, which is probably going to involve farming some unicorns. Look like there's some just south of this bank, so we can do that. And then it's questing time. We'll see if I end up being schizophrenic and changing my mind and trying to actually do farming or Herblore up. But I think we're at that point. I think it might finally be happening. Hour 100 would be as an appropriate an hour to start questing as any, right? We've done all the prerequisites to be able to play the game. See you. Yo, we're back. Okay, so I thought about this while I was making my breakfast, and I kind of like the aesthetics of beginning questing at hour 100, which is in about 15 minutes. So something that I can do that's not going to take tons and tons of hours is to farm up unicorn horns to get Herblore up a bit, and then at hour 100, the bell will toll, and we will start actually doing quests for the quest cape, which is how we beat RuneScape, right? I have done basically no quests in this game. Let's see, which ones have I done? Restless Ghosts, Rune Mysteries, Creature of Fenconstrain, Druidic Ritual to unlock Herblore, Priest in Peril, and then 2 mini quests. We have 9 quest points 100 hours into the game. So I'm excited to unlock a whole new area of gameplay. I'm going to go kill some unicorns, get some horns, grind them up into dust, see how much Herblore we can get in 16 minutes, 15 minutes or so. And while I'm doing that, I'll start looking up now quests that give farming experience that I qualify for right now. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I can switch to attack training now that we've got 40 strength. Do that. Alright, let's see how much Herblore I can get out of those unicorn bones here. So I need the Mortal and Pestle. I've always used a silent T on Pestle. Maybe it's Mortal and Pestle. Oh, that's good. It just does everything in the inventory at once. Very nice. Alright, how much XP do we get? Level 10 Herblore. 11 is the big change. That's the one we're excited for. Don't know if it's going to happen. I guess we'll see. Oh, it's so close. 75%. Can I eke out any other nonsense without having to like farm stuff? I might not be able to. That's potentially a big old bummer. Let's see. Unfortunately, I have no way to cheese it to 11. I'm just going to have to get a Guam leaf. So I think 10 Herblore is as good as we're going to get. But hey, at least it's 2 digits, right? Minimum skill of 10 for everything except farming? Alright, so I did research which quest I should start with. Trying to start with quests that award XP to farming. And unfortunately, the ones that award XP to farming have significant additional requirements which we do not meet. So we can't do that right off the bat, I don't think. Well, hold on. I apparently need to defeat a very difficult enemy. Level 111 enemy. For one of them, and it gives a ton of XP. But I don't know if I can handle it. Yeah, no, I think I'd have to level up my stats more to be able to do that one. So I think I'm going to have to burn a couple of my quests that I was planning to use for runecrafting on farming. But they don't give that much XP. I think it's a total of like 1,300, but that lets me skip a decent number of the early levels, so we can do those and then decide what we're going to do with farming after that. Let me just see what level that's going to get us to here. That should jump us to like level 10, almost level 11. I think that automatically gets us access to new stuff in farming. So we'll do those two quests. They're called X Marks the Spot and Client of Kourend. X marks the spot appropriately. Looks like it begins in Lumbridge. So I'm going to go ahead and teleport there after I deposit my junk, which I have none. And with this teleport, we are officially beginning hour 100, and we're officially starting to work on quests. It's happening. .gif. I'm excited for this. Let's do it. Alright, so this first quest is called X Marks the Spot. It's from some dude in a house near the bridge. Maybe this one over here. This dude, Veos. I've seen this guy before near a boat. Brings you to Lumbridge. I'm on a treasure hunt. Back in Kourend, I came across a scroll. I believe it will lead me to something of great value. Hit a bit of a blocker. The scroll has led me here, but I don't really know the area, and I'm not sure what to do next. Can I help? Maybe you can. You probably know this area better than I do. You might be able to work the scroll out. I'll reward you if you're able to help. Sounds good. What should I do? Take the scroll which leads you to the treasure. Once you've found it, meet me at my ship. It's docked at the northernmost pier of Port Sarum. Anything else I should know? Probably want a spade. They're always needed when it comes to hunting treasure. Okay, I think I can pop by the bank and grab one. Read scroll. In the town of Lumbridge lives a man named Bob. He walks out of his door and takes 1 step east, 7 steps north, 5 steps west, and 1 step south. Once he arrives, he digs a hole and buries his treasure. Okay, let's see if I can find Bob without looking it up, especially if it's inside the town of Lumbridge. But in the meantime, I'm going to go grab a spade really quick. I thought I recognized the name Bob. I think this is where we do the beginner clue scroll. Alright, let me figure out how to find this place. He walks out of his door and takes 1 step east. Okay. Out of his door is 1 step east. 7 steps north. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 steps west. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 step south. You dig up a treasure scroll. Oh, that's so cool. I love this shit. Okay, that looks like that's a picture of Lumbridge Castle, right? Back exit. Go scope it out. Dig up a mysterious orb. Feel the orb. The orb is cold. Okay, we're doing this. Gotcha. Sweet. This must be the spot. Dig up a treasure scroll. Wow. Cipher reveals where to dig next. So is this just a traditional, yeah, I think it's just a traditional cipher that each of these letters subs for another letter. So if this is the, Q, I can't use J elsewhere, I can't use H elsewhere. Let's look for the most common letters that are in here, or let's try to deduce which ones must be vowels, right? Which letters are repeated? Do we even have any that are repeated? Okay, N shows up twice. That might be a vowel. I guess I can just use the shape of the word too and see if there's something I see nearby. I assume they're not going to make me travel too far because it seems like they're trying to keep me pretty close to Port Sarim. And nothing that's marked on the map. So I used to do these cipher cryptograms in the newspaper back in the day. Usually you have more letters in this, like you might have a sentence, and you would just like be able to figure out, okay, this word only has 2 letters, so that must be, you know, there's a finite number of words it could possibly be, and then try to plug those into other words and see if it makes sense, and you can generate stuff. But this isn't enough text, so I don't think it's that kind of cipher where you can figure it out just from like trying things out. Like, I don't have any 1 or 2 letter words to play off of, and I'm pretty sure that that's not the. So, other ciphers that I know about, there's one where you just shift the number of letters a certain number in one direction or the other. So, what if E is supposed to be F, S is supposed to be T, FT doesn't make sense. What if we go the other direction? E is supposed to be D, S is supposed to be R, B is supposed to be L, which is it Draenor? That's where we are, right? DRAYNOR. What comes before Q? A little P. P-I-G, pig. Pigpen? Where's a pigpen? That's cool. I wonder how many variations on the cipher there are. Like I said before, I kind of like the clue scrolls and stuff, but a lot of the times it's very unwieldy to solve, because it might tell you to go find a specific NPC, and it's like, how do you know where that NPC is? Oh, that's usually you can't fight pigs. Dig up the ancient casket. As you do, you hear a faint whispering. You can't make out what it says, though. Must have been the wind. The treasure that Veos is after, I should take it to him. Northernmost Port Sarim. Okay. Hello there. Hello, Veos. How's the treasure hunt going? I found the treasure. Excellent, I'll take it off your hands now. Just what I was looking for. Thank you so much for your help. Nothing important, something that might be of use to me back in Great Kourend. That's suspicious. If you say so. You are awarded 1 quest point, an antique lamp, 200 coins, and a beginner clue scroll. That's cool. Where's the beginner clue scroll? One in my bank or something, maybe? Maybe I already had it. I don't know. Let's rub the antique lamp, and let's throw that at farming. You have earned 300 farming experience. You are farming level 4. Awesome. The fanfare for farming level ups is pretty fun. Okay, so the other quest we could do is called Client of Kourend, which starts with this guy. Wow. Perfect. Talk to Veos at the northernmost dock. Hello, Veos. Tell me more about Great Kourend. Kourend is a magnificent kingdom comprising of 5 cities: Archaeus, Lovakengi, Shazian, Piscarilius, and Hosidius. Each city is ruled by one of the 5 houses of Kourend. At one time, the kingdom as a whole was ruled over by a king or queen that the 5 houses answered to. Since our last king died 20 years ago, the kingdom has instead been ruled by an elected council. That's great. Can you take me there, please? Where would you like to go? What does the guide say? Port Piscarilius. I think I've been there before. Talk to Veos to start the quest. Okay, gotcha. Have you got any quests for me? As a matter of fact, I do. I have a client from the mainland who's interested in learning a bit more about Kourend. They asked me to gather some information on the 5 cities. I was going to do it myself, but as you're quite new around here, there might be a good opportunity for you to get to know the kingdom a bit better. What do you say? Sounds interesting. How can I help? Take this scroll. Client is interested in the hierarchy and general social organization of Great Kourend. How it differs from the mainland. The scroll is special. When written on with a particular type of quill, the client will see what you're writing without anything being seen on the scroll itself. I'm not spying for somebody, am I? Not exactly. The client simply wishes to keep their knowledge gathering on the DL. Who should I speak to in order to find more about the cities? Many a man and woman who could give you the information you need, but general store owners in each city will likely be your best bet. What about the special quill you mentioned? Simply touching a normal feather onto the paper should synchronize the magical ability to work together. You don't need any ink. Wild. So I just gotta go grab a regular feather? This game is so great. I love it. Okay. Let me see what the quest entry says for this dude. Did X marks a spot. Client of Kourend. The enchanted scroll. Need an enchanted quill. You can make one by using a feather on the enchanted scroll. Okay, and then it will probably give me more info after that. So we gotta go find a bank. Shit, I'm out of regular feathers. Let me see if a orange feather works. It did! You tune the feather to the enchanted scroll, creating an enchanted quill. Can't create another quill by using the quill on the scroll. Thanks game for having custom dialogue for that. I should speak to the general store owners of Arceus, Hosidius, Lovakenge, Port Piscarilius, and Shazian. Okay, that's tall order. General store. Okay. It's a big exploration mission. We'll fast forward in between new areas unless if I see something interesting on the way. Great adventure from afar. How may I help? I have to show them the thing, right? Isn't this the general shop? Can I ask you about Port Piscarilius? So in my brain you must peek. Our people... What is it that Port Piscarilius provides for Kourend? Within this port you'll find great fishermen, traders, pirates, and me. All led by our ruthless leader, Shauna Piscarilius. None yet to supersede her. No surprise if you meet her, her tactics are ruthless. Her demeanor renders all pirates too... Okay, she talks in rhyming couplets. I didn't realize that at first. Our great store and trading have treasures to be found, providing export and fish in quantities abound. How do people start gaining favor in Port Piscarilius? Repairing net cranes and gathering bait, newcomers to the port, well, this is their fate. It's labor-intensive and dirty work, though stick to it, friend, till your arms are inert. Our shore is brimming with gold from the sea. The most loyal of our people are handed the key. We let you stand on our shores and collect the great anglerfish. Other only covet. Jot down all the information Leans had to say about Port Piscarilius. Slightly less poetry. The last one didn't rhyme too well. Listen here, pal. You don't mess with people in Port Piscarilius. Do you want happy rhyming Leans or angry, gruff, and pain-inflicting Leans? I love this game. It makes me so happy. Okay. So there's other places on this island we can go to. Hosidius. Okay. Oh, wow. I haven't really visited this part of the map at all. Alright, due south to Hosidius. This music is super intense. endgame heading to the boss music. That's cool. Some dude is dropping a shitload of seeds. And I think it's that when you pickpocket the master farmer, you get them. That's something I should keep in mind. I was worried that the only way for me to realistically get seeds was to just farm enemies and hope that they dropped. But I'll look up master farmer and see what level I'm able to take him on at, you know? Seems like a cool intro quest to this area. Especially since it explains how you get favor in different zones. I happen to know what favor is because I've looked up quest requirements before, and it's like, if you have favor here, you can do this. I'm like, oh, I guess I can't do that yet then. Welcome to my shop. And you tell me about Hosidius. Well, my friend. I've lived in this great and glorious city all my life. I'd be happy to share with you anything you'd like to know. How do the Hosidius people provide for great Kourend? With keen and skilled farmers. Led by the incredibly efficient Condor Hosidius, his intelligent resourcefulness ensures optimal agricultural production. Our fields stretch as far as the eye can see, with incredible teamwork and group efforts. The ability to provide great Kourend's people with food and herbal supplies is quite literally the fruits of our labor. Nice. How do I gain favor? Not into your backbreaking field maintenance or fertilizer creation. Those wishing to gain favor with our city may need to maintain such tediousness for a small while, though stick to it. The rewards for that painful work are nothing short of great. Why should I gain favor? Access to our personal kitchens, a spirit tree patch, and allotment space. Okay, I think allotment space is for farming, right? Refinery and tithe farm. World class and exclusive to only the most loyal. Thanks for your help, Horace. Cool. Next, we're gonna go to. Whoa, didn't do that. Shazian. Let's do Arceus. It's a ways northwest. They have really nice roads in Great Kourend compared to the mainland. Whoa, this place is cool. Indigo grass, crazy crystals, magic shops. Always fun. Hey, it looks like a black mage. What do you require, traveler? I deal in many things. I can ask you about this place. Holds knowledge many would deem unsafe to share. Why should I be so trusting of you? I'm a journalist. Yes, a journalist from the mainland. Someone willing to share knowledge of our city with many others? How do your people contribute? Let me look up how to pronounce this, since I don't have anyone in chat to correct me. Developers pronounce it Arceus. Okay. Cares not for petty control, focusing instead on the expansion of knowledge within Great Kourend. How do I gain favor here? Particularly labor-intensive job. Our library, as grand as it is, still requires maintenance constantly. Why should I gain favor? Great library filled with millennia of knowledge, runic, magical, and religious. Our small findings compared to the power of the Dark Altar. Through its power, we have great knowledge on life and death. This knowledge could be yours as well. Quill and scroll glow, causing a seething pain to run through your hand and arm. That seems bad. Must have caught my finger with the quill. Interesting. As mentioned, rewards for loyalty within our city are priceless. Sharing of our magical research is what child's play to the knowledge we share to the most loyal. Knowledge of blood and soul runecrafting. Which is probably a very high level runecrafting. Careful with how you hold your scroll in the future. Alright. Next we're heading... I guess let's go to... Leakenge? Music here is pretty sweet. Like dwarves that live here? Mining town. Got it. Very cool. I like the percussion on this song too. Oh hey. Freaky Forester. Oh yeah, probably finish your gear set. My third time doing this one. 3 tails. I wonder if it's like you can't see the number of tails or something if you're a bot, unless if you move the camera. Oh, I must already have the full set. It's just lederhosen and hat. Guess we'll see when I leave. Oh no, okay. Lederhosen top. Awesome. This is one of my favorite songs in the game so far. Monty, can I help you, human? I ask you about Leakenge. Do enjoy talking about this great city. What do you guys provide? With incredibly skilled blacksmiths under the leadership of Volcana Leakenge, intelligent material-saving skills make us the finest blacksmiths in the land. Armors, weaponry, tools, and structures. Our city supplies Kourend with all of these. Finest standards known to dwarf and human alike. How do people start gaining favor here? Dirty job. It seems to be a pattern of how you gain favor at the beginning. Creating dynamite and mining in the sulfur mine isn't a pretty job, but someone has to do it. So endure our tasks are rewarded greatly. Being taught to create the armor worn by the very soldiers of the army, along with access to our blast mine. Thanks for your help, Monty. I wonder what the whole deal was with the mage guy, like, causing the quill to send pain shooting up my arm. I'm sure that wasn't a bad thing. Nothing bad's gonna happen because of that, right? Okay, I can't really tell which way's faster here. I guess I'll go southeast. Hopefully I can get down. Oh, these things here actually block you from crossing. That's interesting. So this isn't the way I'm supposed to go, I don't think. Deal with the burnt bones. Very little XP. Okay. I think over here's on fire. That doesn't seem like a good thing. I get the sense this is like the military town. This is where they train guards and stuff. Jennifer, can I ask you about Shazian? Give you some info if that's all you're wanting. It's lonely in here, only mates are thinking about fighting the good war. What do you provide for Great Kourend? This house is filled with officers, led by our rigorous leader Shiro Shazian. Ensures ultimate justice and safety for the entirety of Great Kourend. Soldiers fight off the constant threat of the Lizard Man. Our highly trained medics heal them from battle. Law, order, and defense are the words we live by. How do people start gaining favor? Ain't all pretty. Those who are looking to gain favor with the city need to help in healing our fallen soldiers and tackling organized crime. It's hard work. Orders for the most loyal of this house are great. The honor to train alongside our elite guards and wear our prestigious armor. We'll also fight on the front line against the Lizard Man forces. The spoils of war are grand. Turn to Veos. Can do. I think I have an easy path to Port Sarim to get back to where he was, though, right? Can I, like, warp to my house, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, it's just east of Remington. Do that. So I gotta pop by a bank to get my earth runes back out. I should have thought about that earlier. Oh. Later part of this song is really cool. Getting the hang of the fact that you can right-click most NPCs to get their options without having to go through the dialogue tree. Yo! Let's talk about your clients. Gather information from all the cities. I could hear a voice in my head, as if it whispered in my ear to return to you. It mentioned your task was complete. Weird. Reminds you, Veos, I didn't sign up to this. I wasn't told that my mind would be entered. What about the possibility of severely damaging my hand? Client sends her apologies. It wasn't intentional. Something you said provoked emotion, namely the Dark Altar. Oh. If I knew mentioning the Dark Altar would upset them so much, I'd not have written that bit of information down on the scroll. Client is pleased you found that information. Willing to do one last thing for them. I don't believe I have much of a choice. Client will be most pleased. Take this orb, activate it beside the Dark Altar north of Arceus. Can I ask why I do that? It's best that you don't. Alright, sounds good. See, here's the Dark Altar. Orb shatters after being held in the air. Turn to Veos, my thanks. I really wish I would have been warned about these things earlier. Venerate Dark Altar. You feel unworthy to approach this altar. You need 100% Arceus favor. Huh. I'm curious now. Why do I want that? Why does that matter? Dark Altar. Turn blocks to turn into something. Hard to craft blood runes in the slow rooms. Okay, that's not happening. Ensouled heads can be reanimated near the altar. To reanimate a monster that can be killed for prayer experience in Arceus favor. Oh. Huh. How do I get reanimation spells? It's a new spellbook. Need to gain 60% favor with Arceus. Several teleportation spells. Ooh. Right on. I might want to try to go for that. Long term. Alright. Back to Veos. What can I do for you? Let's talk about your clients. Enough is enough. I've suffered enough. Exploding orbs and burning quills. You know darn well what I'm talking about. No idea what you're on about. I haven't spoken with you since coming to Kourend. Is he possessed by a monster or something in that orb? Did all your client ask for you? You certainly have. Cool, he's like possessed. Veos? Heed my word, your deeds will not go unthanked. What have you done with Veos? You care for him? How kind of you. I'm sure he's fine. He's of good use to me. You're who I am, that is of no concern to you. Oh, these quests are so cool. Why'd you ask me to do all this? When the time comes, you'll know. Time to release this one's mind back to consciousness. Make sure he rewards you. After all, you've been very useful to me. Quest points. 2 antique lamps. Favor certificate. I don't know what that is. Courette's memoirs. Okay. So, we already know where we're using the lamps. Farming. Farming level 7. We now grow cabbages. Okay. Farming level 10. Now grow redberry bushes. Now that farming isn't one, I can see if there's something I really like to make stuff for Herblore. So if I'm able to make anything Herblore related, I probably want to do that first. Rest memoirs. Hold no charge. Read. Gift for Rosa. It pleases you, my dear child, would you record our future outing? When I'm old and my mind is fading, I like to reminisce all the times we spent together around this fine kingdom. So I can fill this book to give it charges, I guess. The favor certificate gives me automatic favor in certain kingdoms. I should figure out which one is the most annoying. Let me check here. Good choice for the favor reward is Port Piscarilius, since the first 30% is expensive and time-consuming. Okay. Getting 20% Piscarilius favor. Yes. Cool. Okay, the next farming quest that I'd like to do requires a farming of 17, and then gives a shitload of XP. That would probably propel us to be able to do the next farming quest, which requires 25. And I think the next farming quest also, the one that requires 25 also requires Creature of Fenkenstrain, which would be cool to continue that quest chain. So, we gotta get farming from 10 to 17. I need to figure out how the hell it works. I don't really have an intuition for it yet. So I'm going to Varrock teleport, stop on my bank. Now that we're level 10, well, I guess I'll see what seeds we have, and then I'll see what I can research. I look at the skill guide. Potatoes, onions, cabbages, barley, hammerstone hops, Asgarnian hops. Can't do trees at all, right? Our trees are pretty good. Redberry bushes. Guam leaf would be awesome. Could use that to level up Herblore. See if I have any guam seeds. I have no guam seeds, and it seems like it's a huge pain to obtain guam seeds. Well, if we can get thievery to 38, thieving to 38, then that lets me steal them from master farmers. Do I want to do that? I need to make a decision here. So if my real goal is to get farming to like 25, which I think I want that because it is a prerequisite for a lot of quests. The thing I want to plant most of all, I think, is going to be seeds that give me Herblore items. Currently thieving 30. If I wanted to level it up, what would that involve? Thieving. Fruit stalls and Hosidius requires 15% favor in Hosidius. Okay. Okay, so I think this is fun. This is exactly what I was hoping was going to happen when we started doing quests, where we want to do quest A, but that requires that we do quest B as a prerequisite, which requires that we get this skill C to X level. So we have to get 15% favor in Hosidius in order to be able to rob fruit stalls to get thieving to 38, so we can rob master farmers to get seeds to plant guam seeds to level farming and Herblore. And we need to get farming to 17 from planting guam seeds and the like, so that we can do the next quest that we're blocked on right now. Awesome. Okay. So, Hosidius. How do I get Hosidius favor? I guess I'll start working my way over there in the meantime. Gaining favor. Oh, the thing I have to do in Hosidius randomly grants a small amount of farming experience. That seems nice. Especially since we're still a low enough level that it could be significant. Oh, actually, doing that might be enough to get us to 17, depending on how long it takes to get the favor. Okay, awesome. So if I hit 17 farming while doing the Hosidius favor grind, then we'll continue doing farming quests. It's silly, but I'm actually super excited and like pumped and having a blast right now with the game. Kind of by saying I would like to level farming and I would like to access as many farming quests as possible. There's all this stuff that the game is like automatically pushing me to do. Having the wiki is really helpful for that. I'm sure there's probably some people that are a little contentious about my own use of research and a self-proclaimed blind playthrough, but oh, there's some guam seeds over here. I don't think I can get in here anyway. You trap the NPC, so that's cool. Okay, so I need to find out where to plow fields here. Try to pop by a bank and deposit these seeds. Now I at least have a couple guam seeds. I could try to start doing that once I find fields to do that in. I still don't know how to actually level farming, but I'm going to put that off as long as possible. I don't want to just wait on someone else that's robbing a master farmer. I like to be able to rob them myself so I get the XP for it as well, you know. Jugs. Probably garbage. Maybe they're a tool for something. Okay. Plow fields south of the town square. These ones? Southwest? No, these ones down here. Repair the plow. I need a hammer. Okay. This means we're going to get a grind that I can mute forward and fast forward. Push plow. I got some crafting XP for fixing it. That's cool. This game is so awesome. There it goes. Alright, I'm gonna mute while this happens. Oh, and there's some farming XP. Dude, this might get us to 17. We'll see. Just looked up how to check current favor amount. Looks like I can do it in the quest tab. Paraplow. Oh wow, that is slow. That's okay, it's giving farming XP. I'll just keep that up in the corner then. Fast forward. Farming 11 from pushing a plow. Looks like the Hosidius favor just goes up randomly while I'm doing this. It needs to get to 5% for me to do the next thing, which I don't think gives farming XP. Still looking forward though to see what other choices we have. So I'm reading about Hosidius favor. I'm tempted to just keep doing this for a while. If it's farming focused, and farming is the first thing that we want to get to 30 through methods other than actually farming. I guess if I hit 15% favor, I'll probably want to bounce out and go level up thieving at this fruit stall. That's the reason we're here in the first place. But I guess if we're gonna plant stuff, we get to 50% favor, then we get some places where we can plant things where they're protected from disease, which is my main stressor around farming, is I don't want to have to like manage the shit. I'd like to just plant stuff and then leave it alone. So taking this higher seems like a good idea. Particularly, it looks like if you get to 100% favor, you get to do a minigame that gives you farming XP, which I am happy with grinding a minigame. So I can do that all I want, over and over. It seems like the big thing stressing me out about farming is that real time needs to pass, right? My attention needs to be divided over different parts of the game at once. So I'll try to figure out what exactly goes into getting 100% favor. I don't think it's a good idea to sit here and push the plow to 100%. Although I think that'll work. To watch and get a sense of how many upgrades I get on average. How often I'm getting the plus 10 farming XP and how often I'm getting Hosidius favor. Anyway, back to fast forwarding. So I guess the benefit of pushing the plow is that I get XP and it's free. But I think making this fertilizer gives me no skills and costs money. So I'm tempted to keep pushing the plow until 15. We'll see. I'm trying to decide if there's something quest-oriented that I can do right away that would be productive. I really want to do this quest that I qualify for that gets you a shitload of farming experience at the end. The problem is that it requires you to defeat a 111 level enemy. So I was Googling whether it's possible, because I guess I can't just get away with safe spotting it with magic. It has to die or take all of its damage from a specific weapon that the quest gives you. But I was able to find, it looks like there is a way to beat it at a low combat level. It's a new technique I haven't tried before called flinching. I think I actually saw Swampletics use that word a couple times in his videos, but it sounds like it's like a hit and run tactic where you hide somewhere, pop out, hit somebody, wait for their attack cooldown to end, pop out, hit them, wait for their attack cooldown to end, and so on. But I guess that the amount of damage you deal to this guy is a function of your farming level. So the fact that we're already farming level about to be 12 should help with it. I think I'm going to go do that. Hey, farming 12. Let's see. I would need 25 more procs of the farming XP from this to get to 13. I'm trying to decide if I want to go bail now. Tell you what, I'll get to 10% Hosidius favor down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to go try to do this quest. It's called Fairy Tale 1 Growing Pains. Start researching the stuff that I'm going to need to bring along to do it. That should give us enough XP to get farming to 17, which should allow us to do another quest that gives farming XP, which will allow us to do another quest that gives farming XP, and so on. I'll get to practice this flinching tactic. If I can grasp how to use it, then I can maybe get away with doing a few things a little bit earlier than I was anticipating. Seems like it's probably bad for like farming. If you're just trying to do drops or do Slayer or something, you don't want to be in a position where you have to use flinching. But for quests that you're trying to beat a little bit early, it seems like it's a good deal. Okay, so it looks like this Fairy Tale quest requires another quest called Lost City as a prerequisite, which also has a difficult fight against a higher level enemy, but it seems like this one is able to be safe spotted, so that should be helpful. This Lost City quest requires 31 crafting and 36 woodcutting, which I happen to have exactly 36 woodcutting from finishing off fletching, fire making, and construction, so that's kind of cool. Let me see. Stuff that I need. Okay. 31 crafting, 36 woodcutting, the ability to kill a tree spirit, which I should be able to do, a knife, a woodcutting axe. Okay. Runes for approximately 50 casts of the Crumble Undead spell. I'm about to find out if we need to take a break to go farm swamp toads for money, which we haven't had to do for dozens of hours, but if we need runes, ability to teleport out of the dungeon, can do that. Food, got it. Prayer potion if doing melee. It's fine. Ring of recoil if doing melee. No, we're not. Okay, I have 279 chaos runes, which I think is what I need for Crumble Undead, right? Crumble. Here it is. Earth runes, chaos runes, and air runes. Yeah, we're golden. Cool. Teleport to Lumbridge. I think we're going to be okay. I'll bring some mind runes in case we get into an emergency and need to use a regular attack instead. I saw like 800 of those. Alright. So I need a knife. Don't need the hammer anymore. Woodcutting axe that I guess I need to bank before we finish the quest. And food. Stick to the classic cakes. To go rob more of those later, just because they're so useful. Alright. Start this quest, take an axe, and head to the Lumbridge Swamp. I need to buy more law runes soon. I guess that'll be a good enough reason to go do swamp toads so that we can get more law runes. Oh, damn, it's these guys? I think I talked to these guys about their quest in the very first streamed episode, and people were like, yeah, you don't have the requirements for that yet. And that's when I was like, well, I'm not going to do quests until I have really high skills for everything, so I don't have to worry about tracking quest requirements. Cool. Hello there, traveler. Any good adventures I can go on? Please tell me. No. Please? No. Please? No. Let's try it again. What are you camped out here for? I mean, Zenaris. Not really any particular reason at all. What's Zenaris? Who's Zenaris? Zenaris isn't a person, it's a magical hidden city filled with treasures and riches. Nothing. How are you planning to find it? I don't want to tell anyone about that. I don't want anyone else sharing all the glory and treasure. It's like you don't know either. Looks to me like you don't know either, seeing as you all just sat around here. Of course you know. We haven't found which tree the stupid leprechaun's hiding in yet. I didn't mean to tell you that. Leprechaun knows where Zenaris is, eh? Definitely isn't hiding in some tree around here. Definitely not. I didn't help. Don't say I did, I'll get in trouble. Interesting. Very cool. Let me make sure that I have it. I think I may have actually picked it up before, but here we go. Lost City. There's a leprechaun hiding in a tree nearby. You can tell me how to enter the Lost City. Alright, let's just cut down all the trees and see what happens. Oh hey, it's the leprechaun. Seamus! You big elephant. You caught me, to be sure. What would an elephant like you be wanting her to Seamus then? Or with old Seamus then? I want to find Zenaris. You're going to that funny little shed out there in the swamp. Thought Zenaris was a city. It is. Oh, this is super cool. I've been in that shed. I didn't see a city. I'd be carrying a Draman wood staff to be getting there. Otherwise, I'll be ending up in the shed. Where would I get a staff? Staffs are crafted from branches of the Draman tree. I hear there's a Draman tree over on the island of Entrana in a cave or some such. Monks are running a ship from Port Sarum to Entrana. Cool. Oh man, this game is so rad. Alright, there's no bank in Port Sarum or in Remington, so I'm gonna pop by the one up here in Draenor, northwest of me, because it looks like for the next step I have to deposit a bunch of things. I can't bring weapons and armor like staves, that sort of a thing. Deposit all this shit. Deposit you. I think I have to deposit the axe that I'm currently wielding also. Okay. Thank you, Wiki, for saving me some time. Alright, they told me to go to Port Sarum, take a boat. It's just a little bit further to the west. I don't have access to the shortcut, because I haven't done the achievement diary, which is very sad. You must leave your weaponry and armor behind. Ready to go. How quickly searches you. All is satisfactory. Great. Cool. I completed an easy task for coming here. That's cool. Monks. Where's the dungeon? North up through here. Okay. Oh, there's an altar here for Runecrafting. Right on. Careful going in there. You are unarmed and there is much evilness lurking down there. The evilness seems to block up our contact with our gods, so our prayers seem to have less effect. You'll be able to come back this way. This ladder only goes one way. Wow, that's why you want to be able to warp out. The exit leads to the wilderness. There's a risk I'll have to take. This is so rad. Alright, so apparently, I love that they make you not have any weapons or armor or any prayer when you come here. That's genius. It's a way to just make a quest that's different from other quests, right? But apparently I need to kill zombies down here to get an axe, which is crazy to me. I basically need to procure your weapons on site, right? These guys shouldn't aggro me because of my combat level. I'll see if I can safe spot them. Probably around these mushrooms, right? Let's see about using my weak spells on them. Save runes. First try. Awesome. Oh, this is so cool. Got the axe. I guess I could have used Crumble Undead. I guess that makes sense. Do not go through the door south. 92 demons, yikes. Okay, I'm gonna try to watch my stamina here. I don't want to get killed. This place seems dangerous. Draman tree. It's east and then south. Okay. So I could probably safe spot the thing behind these mushrooms here. So they mean the mushrooms back there. Yeah, I think that'll work. If safe spotting works, it should work right there. Chop down Draman tree. This thing's way too fast. It's really bad. Try not to die. Oh, I think I caught it. Okay. Here we go. Crumble Undead. Phew. I was a little bit worried there. It should be fine. Hooray for having such a high magic stat, right? I think I was confused. I think that's actually the mushroom. I was supposed to capture it behind. Can now chop down the tree. Cut a branch from the tree. I think I want to warp out of here now, right? Use a knife on the branch to get a staff. Oh, I guess I need to have more than one branch for a later quest, so I guess I'll just grab it now, that's fine. And another branch is needed for another quest. Okay, got it. That's cool that they have you come back here repeatedly. You decide to go through the door, you're teleported to level 32 wilderness. Now, let's get the heck out of here, shall we? Back to the swamp we go. Alright, so I might need to, even if I figured out part of a quest of my own, I might need to read deeper into the wiki for quest entries in case there's stuff like that that's like, get these items now because you're going to need them later sort of things, you know? What's the deal with the Draman staff? Does it have any stats? Oh wow, actually it does. Is it worth using over my other staffs? It's required to use the Fairy Ring transport system. Requires completion of a later quest, okay. Guess it doesn't have any like rune saving effects though, is what I wanted to check for. Whoa! Oh, that's awesome. You are awarded 3 quest points and access Zoo Zenaris. Absolutely radical. Chicken Shrine. Shrine of the Evil Chicken. Huh. Looks like a fairy city. I know about Fairy Ring teleporting because it shows up in like every wiki article as a way to get around in the game, you know? Guess maybe there's not much for me to do here right now, right? Talk to the coordinator. Hello, what are you doing? I don't have time to stop. I need to send a weather fairy off to Sagittaria. Okay. Gatekeepers. I think there's, I was trying to read if I was going to keep taking my levels up for runecrafting. I guess when I got Cosmic Runes at 27, I had to come here. I didn't know where Zenaris was. It just said that I needed the Lost City quest to get here. What's so good about this place? Zenaris is a meeting point of cultures. Those from many worlds converge here to exchange knowledge and goods. Cool. Alright, so the ultimate goal is to do Fairy Tale 1 Growing Pains, but that requires a quest called Nature Spirit, which required Priest in Peril and Restless Ghost. Looks like a lot of quests require Restless Ghost. Just fortunate that we knocked it out during the stream session, the one quest that we did. Okay. To do this, I need 6 free inventory spaces. I need to pick up my Ghost Speak amulet, and I need to make a silver sickle, which I should be able to do already. Starts out in Mauritania, it looks like, I think. Maybe not. Oh, no, it starts with Drizzle. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Just trying to read and what we're doing here, where we're going. So we're going to go talk to Drizzle, so that's Mauritania. No, not Lumbridge, dummy. Gotta get those law runes soon. Oh well. Do another big toad farm. Throw up choose marsh theme from Final Fantasy IX and farm it until we get like 400 of them or something stupid. Deposit my branches. Deposit my half-eaten cakes. Pull out a couple more cakes. 4 is probably fine. Okay, and then I need Ghost Speak Amulet. So I put as a key item. Let's go ahead and equip that and deposit the magic amulet. And I need a silver sickle, so that requires... Do I have a sickle mold? I do. Good job, past me. Silver bar. Furnace. I don't think I could use superheat item, right? Try it. Need to cast it on ore. Okay. That's it. Nowhere in the game that has a furnace and a anvil right next to each other. Okay, there's one in Falador. Let's do that. I think after doing this quest chain and getting farming up as a result, I need to finish atoning for my sins and get that mithril square shield, right? Which requires doing a quest to get to an area. So that'll be the next quest we do after Fairy Tale 1. I think it was called. Silver sickle crafted. Don't yet know its purpose, but called as a tool, I guess. Alright, we're gonna run to Drizzle. It'll take a minute. Talk to Drizzle. Is it as evil as I've heard? Is there anything else interesting to do around here? Something you can do for me if you're interested. It's quite dangerous. Maybe of help. There's a man called Philemon who lives in Mortmire. I wonder if you could look for him. The swamps in Mortmire are dangerous. They're infested with ghasts. Yeah, I'll go and look for him. You sure you want to do this? What's a ghast? Ghast is a poor soul who died in Mortmire. They're undead of a special class. They're untouchable. Philemon knew how to tackle them, but have not heard from them in a long time. Ghast, when they attack, will devour any food you have. Oh. If you have no food, they'll draw their nourishment from you. That's a cool mechanic. Your food acts as like a health buffer. Mortmire. It's a decayed and dangerous swamp to the south. Swamp decays everything. Who is this Philemon? He's a druid. He lives in Mortmire like a hermit. Many a traveler he's helped. Cool. Yeah, I'll go and look for him. Sure you want to do this? Yes, I'm sure. Be aware of the gas. You cannot attack them. Only Philemon knows how to take them on. Just run from them if you can. If you start to get lost, try to make your way back to the temple. Please take this food to Philemon. He'll probably appreciate it. Search for him, won't you? Okay, cool. Look for the swamp man. Got it. Mortmire Swamp, so somewhere down here, right? Probably here. Well, I'll see what I run into on my way down, but... Oh, there's a map on the guy. Yeah, that's where he is. Very good. I'm gonna try to walk until I start seeing gas, and then I'll run. conserving my energy. Fort Myers, dangerous gas-infested swamp. Do not enter if you value your life. Look how upfront this game is about stuff like that, right? Oh shit. These guys were hassling me somewhere else in the game. I'm trying to remember where. Snails. Jump bridge. There it goes. Washing bowl. Apparition appears in front of you. Hello? Oh, you need to have the ghost speak amulet, otherwise you get here and he's dead and you can't give him the food. That's cool. They rotted my my cake. What a dick. Somebody doesn't just mumble. I understand what you're saying. I'm wearing an amulet of ghost speak. Not exactly. Come to haunt my dreams until I pass on your message, O dearly loved one. I understand. Pray, tell me who would you like to pass the message on to? You don't understand. It's just that... Please don't be upset or anything, but you are the ghost. It in no way reflects the truth. What's it like being a ghost? Trying to catch me out, were you? Anyone can clearly see I'm not a ghost. See straight through you. You're dead as a swamp. I won't take offense because I'm not dead, and I'm afraid you'll have to come up with some pretty conclusive proof before I believe it. What a strange dream this is. How long have you been a ghost? Don't be preposterous. I'm not a ghost. How could you say something like that? I can see that tree. If I were dead, I wouldn't be able to see anything. What you say doesn't reflect the truth. To try harder to pull something over on me. Okay. Now, like, what does the sickle have to do with it? Examine. Animated spirit not at rest. Oh, the aura of the camp protects you from the swamp. Examine stone. Search stone. Has a faith symbol scratched into it. Huh. Oh, there's 3 stones. Must be what makes things safe. I guess I need the washing bowl, maybe? There's a mirror under it. Do I need to use the mirror on him? He keeps saying he wants proof. This is the most peculiar thing I've ever experienced. This mirror must somehow be dysfunctional. Strange how well it reflects the stagnant swamp behind me, nothing on my own. It's because you're dead. Dead as a doornail. Deader, in fact. You bear a remarkable resemblance to wormbait. No offense. You might be right, but I still feel very much alive. It's strange how I'll come to be here and yet not turn into a gas. It must be a sign. I'm trying to find out what it means. Where did I put my journal? Summon him again. Need to find my journal. Something about a knot. I meant to tie a knot. I didn't bring a rope. It didn't say I needed one. I don't see anything else on the island. Well, since I have to run past gas, I'm going to look up before I leave if there's anything else to do here. Use the mirror. Search the tree. Oh, right-click search. That gets me in trouble every time. Search the strange rock. You find a knot, and inside of it you discover a small tome. Words on the front are a bit vague, but you make out the words Tarlock and Journal. I have your journal. Most of the writing is uninteresting, but something inside refers to a nature spirit. Requirements for which are something from nature, something with faith, and something of the spirit to become freely given. It's all pretty vague. Hello again. Use it on him to give it to him. Use. There we go. Give the journal to Phil and Tarlock. Maybe you can use it. My journal. That should help me collect my thoughts. Starts leading through the journal. It's all coming back to me now. It looks like I came to a violent and bitter end, but that's not important. Just have to figure out what I'm going to do now. Being dead, what sort of options do you think you have? I'm trying to be rude, but it's not like you have many options, is it? This game is very British. I'm not going to do a British accent when I read the text, but like, ending things with is it or isn't it? You're a poetic one, aren't you? Your material world logic stands you in good stead. You're standing in the material world. What's your plan? Former incarnation, I was Philemon Tarlock, a great druid of some power. How can I help? You help me to become a nature spirit? Directions for becoming one are a bit vague. I need 3 things, and I know how to get one of them. Perhaps you could collect the rest. Might be interested. What's involved? Book says something with faith, something from nature. Spirit to become freely given. Does seem vague. At least get the item from nature, that would be a start. Perhaps we can figure out the rest as we go along. Spell needs to be cast in the swamp after you've been blessed. I'm afraid you need to go to the Temple of the North. Ask a member of the clergy to bless you. It's required if you want to cast this druid spell. Once you've cast a spell, you should find something from nature. Bring it back to me. Try to figure out the other things we need. Okay. I'm going to warp back to Varrock just to play it safe. Greetings again, adventurer. I'm helping Philemon. He plans to become a nature spirit. I have a spell to cast. I need to be blessed. Can you bless me? But you haven't sneezed. You're so funny, but can you bless me? Very well, my friend. Prepare yourself for the blessing of Saradomin. Here we go. You're now blessed. It's funny, now I look at you, there seems to be something of the faith about you. Luck your quest. Okay, cool. There's no way that's a temporary buff or anything. I have no idea what to do after that. You just said get blessed and then figure it out. Nature spirit. Need to collect something of nature. Okay, I'm reading the guide. Enter the swamp, stand next to a rotting log, and cast the druidic spell. No shit. Okay. How specific? Cast a spell in the swamp. No suitable material to be affected. Feel something attacking your backpack and smell a terrible stench. Works on any of these logs? There we go. Pick fungi on log. Okay. Pick a fungus, bring it back to Philemon's camp. Got it. This is a cool quest. Jump bridge. You need to get something from nature. You show the fungus to Philemon. Mushroom represents something from nature. We need to work out what the other components of the spell are. The things that are needed again, something with faith, something from nature, something with spirit to be freely given. No idea what the other things are. I have no idea either, so I'm gonna check the guide here. Place the Mortmire fungus on the light brown stone. This one. Seems right, well done. Stone seems to absorb the fungus. Does it show that correctly here? Stone seems complete. Faith symbol. Spirit symbol. Use the used spell card? A used spell. Oh. So use the used spell card on the gray stone. Seems to absorb the used spell scroll. Huh. Stand on the orange stone and tell him you've solved the puzzle. Gotta solve the puzzle. Am I? Oh, because he says I've got a bit of the faith about me. Oh. I get it with hindsight. Would not have tried it otherwise, especially since it requires standing on a specific stone after summoning him from the grotto. Come through now to the grotto for the final section of my transformation. That's cool. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have realized that the spell scroll transformed. But once you get, the only one you need to really get is the mushroom, and you can figure the rest of them out. Enter grotto. Search the grotto. Enjoying grotto. Many thanks for your help. I couldn't become a spirit of nature without you. Stand there and watch the show. Apparently it's quite good. Whoa! Now he's a green swamp man. Now, my friend, in return for your assistance, I will help you to kill the ghast. First, bring me a silver sickle so I can bless it for you. Silver sickle? What's that? It's a symbol and weapon of the druid. You need to construct one of silver so I can bless it. Oh, that's cool. It's a druid pouch. Examine. I don't know what that does. Druid pouch. This item first obtained in the Nature Spirit quest protects the player against the ghast that haunt the Mortmire Swamp. You must fill it with nature items by casting Bloom, either with the item you're given during the quest or with a silver sickle, near fallen logs, branches, or dead bushes, and picking up what grows. Oh. Once the pouch has been filled, it can be used against the ghasts. If you use it on an invisible ghast, or when one attacks, the pouch will activate, making the monster visible. You can then be attacked and killed. Protects any food you have in your inventory from becoming rotten. That's pretty awesome. Again, so specific, right? That's what I really like about it. Brought me the silver sickle. Here it is. What are you going to do with it? I'll bless it for you and be able to accomplish great things. Bless a new sickle by dipping it in the holy waters of the grotto. Your sickle has been blessed. If you lose the blessed sickle, you can bless a new sickle by dipping it in the grotto waters. Go forth and make the swamp bloom. Collect nature's bounty to fill a druid's pouch. So armed will the ghast be bound to you until you flee or they are defeated. Before I can make this grotto into an altar of nature, I need to be sure that the ghast will be kept at bay. Slay 3 ghasts. Perfect. When it contains items, it will bind the ghast to you and you'll flee or defeat it. Gotcha. Cool. So I find like some logs and shit. Oh, I fell in the water. Son of a bitch. Is it this button? How do I make it work? Right-click bloom option if you use next to rotting logs. Oh, maybe it needs to not be in my inventory. Cast bloom. Oh, that's so cool. Fill pouch. Need at least 3 blossomed items. Dude, this is such a flavorful quest. I'm just gonna keep saying that about every quest in the game. But it's totally true. Fill pouch. Use pouch. Oh, 30, yeah. This is so cool. Really digging this. Awesome. Ooh, guam leaf. Cool, I need that. Oh, I see. I can fill it. Gotcha. I don't actually need multiple. One is enough, basically. Air runes. Oh, I think I'm getting prayer XP for killing ghasts. That's cool. I don't think it's a lot, but... Yeah, it was like 30... Well, 30 XP per kill is actually technically is a lot. For me, anyway. I guess I could think about coming back here to grind out prayer XP. I don't know if it'd be my best option. Yo, dude. Killed the ghasts. So killed all 3 and their spirits have been released. Now change this place into a holy sanctuary, and forever it will now be an altar of nature. Cool. Awesome. When the look of the area changes, I super dig it. You've completed the Nature Spirit quest, you're awarded 2 quest points, 3,000 crafting XP. Oh wow. But I think that's going to give us a level up, but I'm glad, again, I said that I didn't want to do quests too early because you'd skip too many levels and skip too much content. That gave us 1 level in crafting, which is reasonable. Like, I'd rather not work for it. 2,000 hit points XP, which was just short of cutting it. 2,000 defense XP. which I don't think resulted in a level just now. Welcome to the altar to nature. Keep the gas at bay. Crafting is now 39. We did get a defense level. We got a level and a half. Defense 35. You can now wear samurai armor. So super cool, man. I'm way into it. Big time into it. Alright, let's go back to Varrock. I'm going to use this Guam leaf that happened to drop. See if that has us hit 11 Herblore, because we've got more stuff to do when we hit 11 Herblore. I think it's going to have us be just short of it, like we're going to need one more Guam leaf, which is awful, but what are you going to do? Yep, just short. One more Guam or Marintil leaf will do it. It'll be good for next time. Okay, let's deposit this food. Let's get rid of the pie tins. Let's put key items would be the nature pouches. Probably don't need 2 of them. We'll have to remember that they're there, though, if we ever decide to go fight ghasts, right? Washing bowl might be junk I could need later, who knows? Same with the mirror. Drummond staff and the blessed sickle we definitely need, though. I assume that's why we had to do that quest to do stuff in Fairy Tale Part 1. Lost City, Nature Spirit, Jungle Potion. Oh, Jungle Potion gives us Herblore XP, and we need to do it for this. Okay, sweet. I'm down to do this Jungle Potion quest. Give me a minute to figure out how we're getting there. Involves going to Kourend. Port Serum, 30 gold. Can do that, no problem. We'll just take out like 100 coins. Alright, heading to Port Serum so we can get over here. It's going to take a minute. Hey, it's that Sergeant Damien guy. Sure, I'd like to get all the Fashionscape items. Why not? Jog on that map. Take this and get out of my sight. Alright, camo bottoms. Too bad there's no transmog system. I guess I get why there isn't, but like cool items like that, most players aren't going to use, right? Last time we were in Kourend was like, what, episode 2 when we had to go on the bar crawl? Okay, I need to figure out where we're going here. Taibo One Eye. Involves an agility shortcut that I assume / hope that I have access to. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Grapple. Need a mithril grapple tipped bolt with a rope to do that. Okay. That we don't have. So I guess we gotta go the long way around. Okay, I think it's here. Short distance northeast of the main village area. This quest start? Okay. Glad we're doing this one, because one of the things I said I wanted to do is quests that give Herblore XP. This one seems like it gives a small enough amount of XP too that it's not going to like skyrocket us through the levels. Greetings, Buana. I am Trufitus Shakaya of the Taibowanai village. Welcome to our humble village. What does Buana mean? Gracious lady, it means friend, and friends come in peace. I assume you come in peace? So warrior like me know in peace. Of course I do. Proposition for you. That sounds interesting. Return to the jungle, I need to commune with the gods. To see what fate befalls us, you can help me by collecting herbs that I need. How can I help? Make a special brew, a potion that helps me commune with the gods. For this potion I need very special herbs only found in the deep jungle. You know, it's like peyote. I'll only guide you so far as your herbs are not easy to find. With some luck, you will find each herb in turn and bring it to me, and I'll give you details of where to find the next herb. Training your Herblore. Sounds like just a challenge for me. It'd be a nice break from killing things. The other is called snakeweed. It grows near vines in an area to the southwest, where the ground turns soft and the water kisses your feet. Okay. Let me make sure that this is right. It seems like it's taking a really long time. Oh. Higher Herblore, it's easier to find. Okay, it can take between 1 to 5 minutes of searching. No joke. You intend to do Legends quests and Zogre Flesh Eaters. Take 3 snakeweeds to save yourself time later. Oh, nice. Thank you. Quest guide. I'm going to go ahead and mute, and we'll let this pass with great speed. You find an herb. Alright. Clean it. Give me a teeny amount of XP. I think I need 2 more, it said, for future quests, so go ahead and pass. I guess the reason they make this take so long is that you can't grind Herblore XP from cleaning snake grass, snakeweeds. Too bad. Okay, got our 3 herbs. Back to what's his name? Do you have the snakeweed? Of course. Many thanks. The next herb is called Adrigal. It's related to the palm and grows at the east, and its brother Shady Perfusion. Find a small peninsula that is just after the cliffs going down to meet the sands. Small peninsula. Oh yeah, the utility shortcut that I can't take, right? Trying to look ahead here to see like why I need this quest to do. It says Iron Men need to do Jungle Potion in order to do Fairy Tale 1. We're not an Iron Man, but I'm going to follow those instructions. It generally means that I can't buy the thing that I need. I think that this quest, once we finish it, I believe that it unlocks a minigame that lets us get a Proboscis that we're going to need for Fairy Tale 1. So I will plan to do that. It's a lot of bugs. Let me run away from this really quick. I need to figure out which of these trees I should be going to. I probably also want to turn off OpenGL so I can right-click stuff. Search a palm tree. It's got to be one specific one that we can examine, right? We need to bring more food here. These things won't leave me alone and I don't have any armor. Large palm tree in the northeast area of Taibowanai. Large palm tree. I see it on like the map maybe? I might have to bail out and get some more healing, we'll see. Search palm tree. You find an herb. So I need another one of these. Maybe it takes a second for it to respawn. Try doing a world switch. Could totally through world switching grind Herblore very slowly just by cleaning that Adrigal over and over. Not going to do that, but I'll keep in mind that it's an option in case we get super close to a level but don't have access to the potions or herbs to push it. Doing well, Wanda. The next herb is called Cetofoil, and it grows best where the ground is blackened by the living flame. The clear on the map, maybe? I guess that's what this is here. Okay. Hey, found an herb. Wonder if I can get multiples of this guy. I'm not going to do it at length, I'm just curious. I'd like to find a cheesy top-off skilling option, right? It does work, okay. How much XP does it grant, though? 2. Well, I only need one more to level up, so one more hop. Herblore 11. The cheese. Okay. So that's where we'll go. We absolutely need to. You're holding a machete in order to cut the thatched bars of light, fixing the fence. Do not have a machete. Good to know. So I think after I finish Jungle Potion, I'm gonna take a bit of a break. I might try to pop down to Shiloh Village because there's a bank down there. I was successful in getting the foil. Two more herbs to collect. Valencia moss clings to rocks for its existence. Difficult to see. Prefers rocks with high metal content. Frequently disturbed environments. Like on a road, basically? Oh, maybe they mean the mining node. Let's try that. I'll check that before I look it up, and then I'll look it up. I noticed that some of these quests have a quick guide, which has much less text. That just kind of gives you bullet points of what to do. It's not quite the spoiler-free guide that I was hoping would exist, but it's pretty close. Kind of similar to what I was looking for. Mine rocks. Attack monkey. Mine level 55. I assume that's mithril. This has got to be it, right? But where is it? Say it's hard to see. Search rock. Wow. Find an herb. This might also be a good one to sit and just switch servers for. Silly as it is. Okay. Back to the dude. Whoa, don't attack the snake. I was successful, of course. One final herb and the potion will be complete. This is the most difficult to find, and it inhabits the darkness of the underground. It is called Rogue's Purse, and it can only be found in caverns in the northern part of the island. A secret entrance to the caverns is set on the northern cliffs of this land. Take care, as it may be dangerous. Interesting. I think Rogue's Purse was on the list of things I could craft for Herblore, too. Do not have permission to pray here. I very much love that this game gates so much behind questing. You can't just like boot up the game and go everywhere and do everything immediately. Like, it's there, you can see it, and it's often mild stuff like being able to pray at a specific statue. Like, very flavorful that it be restricted. I imagine people get really attached to their accounts in this game since unlocking means so much. Oh shit. Hold on. Gotta wait for my run energy to regenerate before I do anything over here. Guess I should be ready to teleport out in case shit goes south, since I used up all my food. Ooh, secret cave entrance. Cool. Alright. I assume this part might be a little dangerous. Let's see. Yeah, it totally is. Okay. Do they drop from these things, or do I need to find it somewhere? Hold on. Fungus-covered cave wall. Run south. Ouch. God, these guys hurt. This is terrifying. Please don't turn and face me, Mr. Joker. Look away. Okay, I'll be ready to warp out if I get below 15 hit points. Consider collecting an extra rope's burst if you're looking to complete a later quest. Okay, can do that. You find an herb. Sweet. World switch for that, I guess. You find an herb. I might want to get one more because I think that there's a thing I can make with it. Turn off OpenGL just in case that makes it harder for me to get out of the dungeon, right? Got it. Okay. I'm going to try to get out of here. I'm going to keep my spellbook open in case I gotta teleport if shit gets bad. Turn on the heart rate monitor. We were okay, though. I think I can make it back without... Well, there's some bugs around the thing here. Let's see if they... Again, I'm going to keep an eye on my health and potentially warp if I need to. Wish I brought more cakes, but I didn't know. What is the path to run as fast as I can, as far away from as many of them as I can? Let's try going there. Nice. 0. More zeros, please. Or no hits at all would be even better. Phew. So 11 died on this account. Don't want to find out what happens when you die. Don't want to come back here to manually reclaim my graceful outfit. Oh god, there's a spider just aggroed me? I didn't think that was a possible thing. At least it didn't poison me, right? That would be extremely bad. Successful getting the rogue's purse, of course. Most excellent. You turned all the herbs to me and I can finish the preparations for the potion. Last divine with the gods. Many blessings on you. I must now prepare. Please excuse me while I make the arrangements. 1 quest point, 775 Herblore XP. Herblore 14, that is a jump. Cool. I can still do the Talisman shenanigans we were talking about earlier. Okay, so I think completing that unlocked a minigame. Yeah. And we need to do that minigame before we go do this quest in Zenaris, so I'll make sure I come back here. I'm going to take a break after we get to the bank. Head southeast down to Shiloh Village. Hopefully I can take that agility shortcut. Guess we'll see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Home, home. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to go back there the long way, but... Woof. I don't know what hit me, but it was not cool, and it debuffed all of my stats. Okay, well, we're alive. Let me go top off on health, and then I'm gonna see what all I can do with like the Terramins that I already have. We're gonna take our break after I've tapped out all of the herbs that I already have deposited. Okay, pretty good XP for making a strength potion. Good to know. So let's do a few more of those. We just want to get to 15 so we can make Serum 207, which is potentially able to earn back some Terramins. Just do one at a time. Yeah, we need 2 more. Herblore 15. Fantastic. Okay, I'm actually kind of glad we skipped some levels via the quest, because that saves me Terramin that I would have had to. I probably would have had to burn through all my Terramin to get up to 15, and I wouldn't be able to use them to make this serum thing. Okay, so to make the serum, I need to get ash. To get ash, I need to burn logs. Burn logs, I need to get logs. Who'd have thunk ash would actually matter at some point, right? Look at that, I had exactly 7 logs and exactly 7 Terramin left over. Wonderful. Oh, really? Oh, I can't do it for free. You're not sure what effect this might have. I have to do some kind of quest. Okay. You just sweep up my ash? That's super rude. I didn't know that was a thing. I guess it makes sense. Okay, so if I wanted to do Shades of Morton in order to make Serum 207, I need 20 crafting, 15 herblore, 5 fire making. Should be able to defeat level 40 enemies. I should be able to do that. Okay, well, we're about to take our break, and I need to write down what we're doing because we're now several Ooh, a Piece of Candy quests deep from what we originally set out to do. Okay, so we need to. I'm gonna say this out loud and then mute while I type it. Get a Proboscis from the minigame in the town in South. We need to do the Shades of Morton quest in more. We need to do the Fairy Tale 1. We need to finish getting to 15% favor with Hosidius, probably through plowing, so that we can do thieving on fruit stall. After finishing Fairy Tale 1, we need to look for quests that grant farming experience and do those until we can't do them anymore because we run out. Then we want to do quests that give Runecrafting. And then we want to do quests that give Herblore. Maybe not necessarily in the order I just described it, but those are like 7 goals that we have right in front of us. Cool. Alright, we still got about 45 minutes left in this video. So I'll take my break here, and when we come back, we'll do one of those things. And then we'll call it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Good morning, we are back. Let's go wrap this episode by doing one of the things on the list that I just made seconds ago. I think it's going to be the mosquito minigame to get Proboscis to do Fairy Tale 1, which has been on our list for a minute now. Yeah, so that means going back to Kourend. And I think I also have to just kind of generally prepare for this. I think having some magic is probably a good idea. Let's see what else we got, though. Taibo Wanai cleanup is a minigame. It takes place around the village of Taibo Wanai. Let's completed the Jungle Potion quest, which we did. necessary items, machete that you buy in town, anti-poison are also sold in the jungle store. Do I have prayer cure poison? I don't think I do yet, do I? Maybe it's something that you get later, poison removal. I do have some potions though. I could probably buy some there. Good weapon, good magic defense armor, good food if you have low defense. Okay. Wow, this event's kind of intense. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on with it. I don't know if I'm going to have as much inventory space as I want, right? So, 5 cakes. Where's the okay, yeah, I just crafted a good amount of anti-poison. Probably only need a few of these, since they each have multiple doses. Anti-poison. My magic defense is something I have to worry about here. Yeah, I think I'm doing this with spells, but I'm actually not sure about which is preferable, spells versus melee combat. We'll try it with spells first, and that way if we have to bail, we can warp out and come back. I am running low on mind runes, so... bring the mithril sim just in case. Okay, so we had to go to Port Sarum. Oh, and I also need money to get stuff while we're there, so I'll just grab all my cash. That's enough to afford all the shit we're gonna need. Okay, we'll be back once we get to the town. Okay, we're at the town. I guess I need to buy a machete first, which is from an NPC in here that I need to track down, so I'm gonna see if I can find them here. This is Gabooti, I guess. That guy, that's Jungle Potion. So the dude that starts the quest, so we don't want to mess around with him just yet. Oh, let me turn off... I had toggle roof turned off for Runecrafting earlier. There we go. This town makes way more sense now. Trying to figure out why there were people just standing out in the middle of nowhere, you know? Gotta watch out for tribesmen. Wanders around inside the village walls and access the village store. This game uses phasing really well. I'm kind of impressed by it. Careful not to let these dudes aggro me. I guess they can poison you. Oh, there he is. Booty. See if I can safe spot this dude really fast. There's poison. Alright, where'd Gabooti go? Oh, that's him right there. You're running away from him, trying to safe spot him. Trade, thanks for your help. This guy... Trade co-op. Machete. 600 trade sticks. Okay, well, I don't have access to that. How do I get a machete? Machete. To figure out where I can get one of these. You can get your first machete from Jiminua's jungle store to the northwest. Okay, that's what we want then. Should be marked as a general store icon. Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, I think we're ready to give this a try. Let me go talk to the NPC that starts it, and we'll see what happens. I mostly just need this for a Proboscis, so if one drops and I can't finish the minigame for some reason, I can always warp out without that being a big deal. This guy. Thanks for helping out. Trivitus commune with the gods. My friend, able to return to the village thanks to your help. Anything interesting to do here? So for something to do, you could always do a bit of handymanship around the village and cut away the jungle. Good with a machete, you can get some thatching spars and put them to use repairing the rundown village fence. There's the fence that needs to be repaired. South. See that there are sections that are rotten, other passerby. Each thatching spars and a machete. Where is this jungle? Bushes can conceal a great many dangers. That's something you wish you had, but then discover something you never thought you could. Okay. I guess he doesn't like trigger an event necessarily. Here we go. Hack light jungle. Need to be holding a machete. Okay. Oh, that's cool. It's giving me woodcutting XP. Right on. Mini games in this game are pretty cool. I come up with some neat ideas, ways to use your skills. Here's the mosquitoes. This is the main reason we're here. You get a proboscis? Hey, we did. We got 3 of them. Okay. Perfect. So I could bail out of here at any second now, but I wanted to see what else is going on in the minigame. So I'll keep reading through the wiki here. Understand what it is I'm doing. Thatch spar light. Oh, I'm building favor while I do this. That's cool. I kind of like the favor system. It's like, skill grinding not enough for you? We've also got town grinding. You'll never run out of things to do in this magical, magical game. Oh, that's cool. You can safe spot around the thing that you were cutting. Make sure that I'm using the old spell here. I think I am. Mind runes, right? Yeah, I want to hold on to my chaos runes in case of an emergency. Oh, 2% favor. Right on. This is kind of fun. Try to repair the fence. Be holding a machete. I wonder how many of these repairs I'm allowed to make over time. And if the game like remembers that I've made those repairs, right? It remembers this one tile of fence is looking better, right? You have fixed this fence now. Click on it again to reinforce it. Find more fence to upgrade. Okay. Before I keep doing this, I guess there's a... I'm reading this guide. There's a chance that something can happen at the end where I get something I can dig. And having a spade means that we could potentially get an item that's worth like hundreds of thousands of gold, so I'm gonna run over and grab a spade from this shop here really quick. This is why I need to read further ahead, so I make sure I bring everything we could possibly need. I only have 2 slots in my inventory. I may have over-prepped a bit. I hate having a full inventory in this game. Seems like a pretty good chunk of the core game is about managing inventory space. Jungle I left behind may have regrown, because I don't think I get to finish getting it down. Remember. Oh god, this guy has magic attacks. Try whacking him with my scimitar. No, he's way too nasty. I'm just gonna run, see if I can get him to despawn here. Not worth it. Or light jungle that I can hack nearby. Light jungle, there we go. I was apparently super lucky to get that Proboscis on the first fence I interacted with. I guess it's a little bit rarer than I thought. I think we'll finish off this spider, hold on to the Tybo favor for now. We don't really need it for anything else. Alright, that's about as well as we're going to do for the moment. Always come back here later and do more of this minigame in case we need the items from it, but the main thing we needed out of this was Proboscis, which I guess I need for Fairy Tale 1, which I should go ahead and start now that I have the prerequisite, so I'm going to look that up really quick, where we go to start it. I'm guessing it's in Zanaris. But in the meantime, I'm going to pop over to Varrock and deposit my crap. Okay, I think I know what we're doing. We only have about 12 minutes left in the VOD, though, so I think we'll actually wrap this one early, and then next episode we'll begin Fairy Tale 1, but pretty much ready to go on that. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you in next episode. It's been fun.